What is up, everybody? Alright. I'm so ready for some more Lostbelt. So we just beat Demeter. You know, this song is so repetitive, I swear I need to take it off the playlist. Let me just, why did I click that? Why did I click this? Why did I do this? Anyway, yeah, we beat Demeter, so, that's one piece of shit boss down. We're about to die, apparently. And yeah, they announced the Valentine's Day servant, and it's Karen from Fate Hollow. However, it's probably not. Everyone's like, oh, because her name is just Karen and everything, it's just going to be regular her. It's probably not. She's probably fused with, you know, whoever the hell. She's probably going to be more herself than you normally see from those kind of fusion servants, but I really wish they would stop doing this. When they want to make a, like, cameo or whatever from, you know, K&K or whatever, just put the damn character in like they did with Shiki and Fujino and Gray. Right, they've done it several times, but then sometimes they don't, and it's kind of bad for everyone, because then they fuse the thing with someone you wanted to be in the game normally, and then now they're not going to be. Or if you just wanted them to put in, you know, totally vanilla, you know, X character, you're not going to get that either. So I wish they would. It's like Russian roulette. Whenever they add a character from another work, it's like, are they gonna be normal or not? Let's find out, right? Because they're pretty 50-50 about it. Okay, we should have played this music when we were fighting Talos, by the way. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's Cupid or like some other saint, because she already kind of had an alignment with some of that anyway. I'm actually really glad it's not Bazette, because if it was Bazette, she'd probably be, you know, fused with somebody else and not really being her normal self. And if they ever add Bazette, I hope it's a collab event, because collab events are when they are most likely to just like add Shiki or just add Fujino or Gray, right? And they don't do anything weird. And if they add Bazette, I just want normal Bazette. I want the punching people in the face, right? Like, I don't want some weird bullshit. So yeah, I'm kind of glad it wasn't Bazette, because I have a feeling they would have warped it. Alright, do we fight Aphrodite next? I thought she was a good bit further in the story, but she actually might be kinda soon. There's definitely some boss fights that I've forgotten in this place. We fight the twins some more. Hey, Aerie. That was not your stealthiest lurk there. I read those names. But let's see. So yeah, we fight the twins a few more times. You fight them with like trash mobs and stuff. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, Mordred in the flashbacks and just instantly dies like everyone else. It's great. Yeah, I think Tesla's already dead. I think Tesla and Edison and Helena, they just died to the AoE from Zeus. Like, they were just random AoE bombing and didn't even try to use his NP. I think they get like brain controlled and murder each other or something. Hyphen, yeah. I guess we are fighting Aphrodite soon. I really thought that was way later. I mean, I'm sure it's not like next. I'm sure we have like other things to do first, but she might be the next major boss. Yep, that's almost exactly correct. They basically used those servants that were there before you to just be like, look how strong this thing is, right? That's pretty much what it was. It's like Dragon Ball Z having the new bad guy one-shot the old bad guy or whatever, you know, it's that kind of thing. Like, you thought that thing was strong, look how strong this thing is. But yeah, I really like Olympus. That's just the one part of it that I hate, because it's really contrived and silly and a waste of characters. And it's fine to have the bad guys kill people and stuff, but it's like, it's a way to like not have any cost, right? It's like you have these characters you're working with and that are getting character development, and they don't want to kill those off immediately. So they have characters that you'd have no connection with, just, oh yeah, they die, look how strong this thing is, right? And London did the same thing. Where it would have been nice if you could have just worked with more characters throughout the story than had some of them die, you know, but in more legitimate ways and meaningful ways, and have actual characters use their abilities. You know, Tesla not even using his fucking EX ranked Defense Noble Phantasm is like the dumbest thing ever, and he just randomly dies to an AoE at the start. It's like, okay. That's great. Dion was better because it was like you could tell they'd been fighting for a while, and you know, they actually accomplished something there. They could have made it a bit better though, and like kind of flushed it out a bit more, kind of like how, you know, you have fight scenes in Fate Hollow, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, where, you know, they're actually explaining the back and forth and whatnot. It'd be cool to have more flushed out fight scenes like that you're not involved in. Like, why not? Where it's still pretty brief and whatnot. But at least it's not like bullshit. It's not like Dion died. Dion didn't get like wrecked by, you know, Phantom of the Opera because the story said so, right? At least it makes sense and everything. I don't remember if anything important is going to happen in this cutscene, or if I should just skip, because I want to show off like all the visual novel bits, but I thought about raising NP1 Caligula because I find his skill seal to be detrimental sometimes. I mean, it depends. It's like sometimes it's incredibly good. There are you probably want 2, right? Because there are circumstances where the skill seal might actually hurt you because it makes the boss attack more. But there are also times where bosses have skills that are so freaking obnoxious that preventing them from casting them for a really long time. Like Demeter is a good example. Skill sealing Demeter is extremely useful because her skills are so strong. And so if you skill seal her for this incredibly long period of time, you've basically broken the boss fight, right? Like that's her whole thing, how she gives herself this massive defense up and all this stuff. But if you make her not be able to do that, you're significantly impacting the difficulty of the fight, so it's good to have both. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a Caligula at NP1. Because now that he's buffed, he'll still get the defense down and the NP seal, or potentially the NP seal. Lostbelt 6 in 10 months? Let's hope not. I'm hoping Lostbelt 6 is soon-ish. Like, I'm really hoping we're not going to have to wait 6 months or more since 5.5, because 5.5 really was not a satisfying chunk of the story, but it also felt like filler for them to have an excuse not to put out Lostbelt 6. See, I don't know. It might be at the end of the year. They might seriously not do Lostbelt 6 until near the end of the year. But I really hope that's not the case. Like, I really hope that's not the case. What's really scary is, yeah, Lostbelt 6 might not actually be next. I mean, look at, they released Lostbelt 5 well over a year ago, right? And we're still not in Lostbelt 6. So there's no guarantee that the next story is actually Lostbelt 6. They were like, it's Lostbelt 5. Oh, it's not actually over. You gotta wait 6 months for Lostbelt 5 too, because we're Final Fantasy now. And then we're like, okay, and that's done. And, oh, still not over. 5.5, right? It's just like, I mean, I don't even know what we're doing at this point. This is a lot of not fighting going on right now. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts too, but you know, Final Fantasy had like Final Fantasy 13, and then Final Fantasy 13-2, and then Final Fantasy, like, it was gonna be Final Fantasy 13 Versus or whatever, but didn't they get canceled or something? Not like, it's just really weird naming stuff. Hey, Radgast. Fancy background there. Like modern day Olympus. That's the whole thing. It's that the Olympians never fell, and they've been they've been in power up until modern day, because this is actually set in the modern day. Okay, what the fuck? Anyway, But yeah, so it's like, that's why all the Lost Belts are, like, sometimes humanity is, like, held back and they don't actually make it to, like, modern technology, but most of the Lost Belts are set in, like, the current year. Or yeah, Lightning Returns or whatever. Which I think had, like, the worst PC port ever or something. I remember hearing, like, it had, like, just the worst. I think all of the 13 games had just abysmal PC ports. Okay, I'm just skipping. It's just, like, good lord. Yeah, we really don't know what's going on with the Lost Belts, but they're probably like virtual recreations of. I swear, do you think that's them trying to get an out so we didn't actually kill anybody? But you learn in Lost Belt 5 that the Lost Belts probably aren't pruned timelines that are trying to take over, but they're more like some kind of alien god simulation bullshit thing. And that seems to be how Wadim was able to do 1.0 himself and the other cryptors, because they were doing some kind of simulation version of it. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff is going to be like undone when it all finishes. Hey, it's Caligula. That gets to actually speak. We're totally going to check out his animation update with his other voice lines. I think that'll be really... I'm really curious what the MP will look like. I hope they put some effort into that. We'll see. Yeah, I hope they don't do something like a big cop-out like that. You know, I'm fine with like some plot twists and things like getting crazy at the end, that's fine, but I don't want them to be like, oh, it was all just a dream kind of nonsense, because that's just... That makes like Lost Belt 1 so much less meaningful, right? That was a good story, like it was a really good, you know, like package there. Osama Yu, thank you for the 7-month resub, I really appreciate it. Dude, I sound so fake when I say that, and I feel terrible, but it's like, I don't know how to thank people when they sub. I'm really bad at that, but I really do appreciate it, because, I mean, I literally make my living from doing this nonsense. Kinda, pretty weird, man, when I was young, at no point did I think that was gonna be how I was gonna make my living, by the way, because streaming didn't even exist back then, by the way. Fake streamer indeed. I'm not even real, I'm actually an AI. Back in my day, yep. Dude, when I was a kid, it was dial-up. Like, people don't understand. It was fucking dial-up. There was almost no internet, right? Like, the internet was such a different thing back then. You didn't even have Google. We had AOL. Oh my god, that was a time. I remember when the first streaming sites started, and they were so bad. It was like Justin TV and stuff like that, and they were so bad. They were so shit. And you couldn't talk on the phone and be connected to the internet at the same time. That was a big one. And if you were on the internet and someone just picked up the phone, it would blow it up. Caligula actually gets to be sane even as regular Caligula for a little bit. They added a voice line when you beat Lost Belt 5 too. He's basically only crazy because of the Olympian God nonsense. And like, he's kind of famous for having some insanity in life, and it's basically that cranked to 11. But like the Olympian gods, or the Roman gods in his case, which is kind of the evolved version of the Olympian gods, can grant him sanity. I think it's like the moon one specifically that can do that, which I want to... Isn't that one derivative of Artemis? Or something? Or maybe it's a different one, but yeah, like Diana, yeah, she can give him sanity. And she does, the Chaldia version of Caligula gets granted sanity temporarily when you beat 5-2, and he has a pretty long voice line. It's actually really sad, because you can tell, like, he knows he only has, a brief window of sanity. Kinda, it's really fucked up, man, like, seriously. And his MP is basically spreading that insanity, right? That's why it does like NP down, skill. They've never fleshed out like canonically exactly what his NP does. His character material is pretty vague, but basically at nighttime, because you know the goddess is associated with the moon and everything, he can massively spread his insanity to everybody. The only people that wouldn't be affected are people like, you know, super high magic resistance or things like that. And then people that are, I think people that are also associated with that goddess would not be affected by it. Now, what that insanity does exactly, they don't really explain. But it pretty much says, you know, if it hits a lot of people, it's going to be devastating. So I'm guessing it makes everyone just go completely nuts, so... Yeah, I know, I hate... It's because a lot of the older characters, it's two things. Like, different people design the servant sometimes, and I think sometimes they don't actually flesh out their abilities. But some of the older characters for FGO, they didn't, like, care. Like, Tymoon literally did not care about FGO when it first launched, and it was, like, throwaway stuff. And so they just didn't flesh that stuff out very well. But there have been some newer characters that get really vague character materials. I don't get it, because the whole point of character material books is to slap numbers on things and kind of explain things in D&D kind of ways. Because that's, some people don't realize this, but Fate is actually based on D&D. Like, Nasu's said that before. Like, the way Grail Wars work and the way servants work, and like the way, you know, mana, like, manifests their abilities and stuff, it's based on D&D. That they've got, like, stats and all these things, and they're enforced by the Grail or whatever summoning system they're using. And so, you know, it's a lot of literal D&D style stuff, and that's why the character material books explain things that way. So it's very apples and oranges and 1+1 and that kind of nonsense. And so yeah, most of the servants, they really explain how their abilities work, what they work on, what they don't work on, what beats it, what doesn't beat it, like what counters what. It's very clear. But then sometimes you have like Anastasia, as Ari just mentioned, where they're just like, and then this does something. And it's like, would you like to explain what that something is? No, not really. I'm good. Because generally FGO itself gives characters a bio, and that's generally vague, and we're kind of used to that at this point. And then later they'll make a character material book for them, and then they kind of get it down and dirty and explain the details. But Anastasia's bio doesn't explain anything, and then her character material explains that certain things exist, but doesn't explain what any of them do. Like, she has a castle noble phantasm. Yeah! And then it doesn't tell you what the fuck it actually does. It's like, okay, well, that's helpful. I think we're gonna fight the twins again soon. Thankfully, Spartacus has a good character material book, and it's because his isn't from Fate Grand Order, his is from APOC. And not only now his bio sucks, obviously, in FGO, but at least they've updated it some. But anyway, APOC's character material book explains Spartacus very clearly, and all of his abilities are very well explained. And not only that, they actually explained Saber Spartacus in quite a lot of detail in APOC's character material book, so that's kind of awesome. May never actually get that, right, as a thing, but who knows. Alright, Caligula time. Would it kill them to have foe items on their fucking characters? Or put stats on their CE, right? I'm glad they have CEs now, but like, it has no stats on it, and it has no offensive effect, so their damage output is so limited still. Like, it's painful, man. Let's go, I guess Hans. Then says like Hans with the Halo theme, so that makes sense. Bringing Arash for the bond as usual. Why not? Okay. I really want to get Caligula's NP. Only whales have foes, I know, right? Those 1K foes. You gotta open your wallet for those. Only these 3 enemies. That's a little odd. We'll wait one turn to do that. Hopefully they don't one-shot Caligula here. I want to do the Brave Chain. Imagine recording these lines and then not giving us a costume to use them, right? It would take no effort, and they made a costume. They literally made a costume for just Lee's sunglasses, and they made like 2 costumes for BB with a tan. Like, what? Like, it's just, but we can't get Caligula's voice lines. I just, what the fuck? And hey, Arjuna. Don't you fucking dare, game. I should have given him evade. Oh boy. Thankfully, he's not dead there. Okay, let's see. It's NP time. I will say that skill animation doesn't really work with him being sane. Like, he's literally going nuts there, but then he's not, right? That skill animation doesn't really work. The other one is fine though. Turn it up a bit. For that Han's voice, though. And he missed all of the buffs on Caligula, except the Stargin one, though. You know, the one that does nothing. So the problem is not the voice acting, it's actually the animations. Like if they really wanted to go like the extra step, you do the Gilgamesh treatment and change to the sprite a little bit, like have him not do the crazy face with the skill, and like he shouldn't be all at the start there. Doesn't quite work. But the rest of it works. But yeah, the beginning doesn't really work with the him being calmer. That honestly would not have taken much work though. Like just changing his facial expression there would not have really been that hard. But I don't think Caligula is popular enough for them to bother with that kind of thing. Because yeah, his new animations are so specific to his like just right. So it is a little off now, I think.
1, 2, nice 1, 2.
We should have kept it slow-mo for... I never get tired of Karna's MP, man. It's great, and it's so good in slow-mo. I got it in slow-mo, actually. Yeah, I think I might have his MP set to always be in slow-mo. I'm so happy he exists, me too. That was a good event in terms of what they added, you know, good quality of life stuff, animation updates and all that. And George's was not lazy, it really wasn't. And yeah, Karna's awesome. Unfortunately, the event was pretty boring, but it had good loot. It was good loot, good units and updates and stuff, so that was nice. That was definitely, honestly, they've been doing better lately. They've had some ups and downs here. You know, Bodica really kind of walked into a wall, right? You know, that was rough. But these last few months, they've been doing better. You know, they've been... We'll see, you know, if they still got a lot of quality of life updates that they're just not doing that they need to be doing, like a safety net and, you know, crap like that, but... Let's see here. You know, Rex would probably do the NP lines every once in a while if people wouldn't bother him about it. I pretty much guarantee you, it's like, you know, if no one ever said anything when the moment's right, he would probably have done it, right? But now because people bring it up all the time and bug him about it all the time, now it's just gonna feel weird if he does it, and you know, so he's just probably not gonna do it. So y'all fucked it up. Good job, chat. You ruined it. It's kind of like the fucking 5-star tier list video, and people don't shut the fuck up about it. You know, you can't relax about it and just be like, oh hey, you know, I'm kind of in the mood to make that kind of video now. You know, it doesn't work that way. Okay, what are we, look at us not killing, the guy here. Don't worry, Han's got our back. Get this buster chain. Man, they have attacked Caligula quite a lot. I put a lot of defense into him, but, alright, here we go. Let's get some damage. Sadly, the other buffs wore off, but... Like a 5-star tier list, but it's actually for Arc Knights. Dude, that would be so dumb. You know what I would do is I would like start the video like it's a thing and everything, but then the tier list, I wouldn't actually explain what the criteria was, right? And then when I start talking about it, it wouldn't be gameplay at all because I don't know the 5 stars in Arc Knights well enough to make a tier list video for them anyway. So I'd start like making the ranking about hair or color or height or whatever the fuck, you know, you do that kind of nonsense. Oh yeah, obviously you don't use Arc Knight's music in the video, clearly. You use like a lot of FGO music. Boy, that did not do as much damage as I would have liked. You fucks! He had his NP again! I like how we're pretty far in and the enemies have never gotten their NP because of Caligula's. Oh, that voice line. I blame the nano machines for this. God damn it. He's not killing the thing. Put a 2-hour black screen in it, yeah. I would get a lot of hate if I did that, I feel. But it would be funny. I enjoy troll videos like that. I remember, this was a while ago now, but... And what I really like about this is I was not that familiar with the YouTube channel, but I knew of it. But there's that How To Basic channel, right, that, you know, does like, you know, how to make a smoothie, and it's actually just like chaos and eggs everywhere, right? But I remember they did a quote-unquote face reveal, and I just happened to see it in my recommended, and I was like, sure, why not? And they do like that slow build up, and I didn't even know because I was not familiar with like How To Basic that much. I just seen a few of their like funny videos, and that was that. And I was like, oh, that's funny, you know, and that's it. So I didn't know it was like a meme. I had no idea that it was a meme. People trying to figure out who How To Basic is. I had no idea that was a thing. So, you know, I figure it's just a face reveal, you know, and it's got all this like dramatic stuff at the start, right? And then it's, you know, hi, Michael here, you know, Vsauce, you know, and it's just, that, not expecting that in the slightest and having that just come out of nowhere was just amazing. I love, like, misleading nonsense like that. It's just funny. Because I've seen plenty of Vsauce and stuff, right? So that this, all of a sudden, you know, getting that intro and everything, it's like, wait a minute, this isn't right. All right, let's see, just Lancer. Should be fine. Good old deer mud. Okay. It's just these three again. So kill the middle one, cause kind of the worst. Don't want the buff block. I'm not attacking the middle one because the NP should take care of it. I probably should have given the NP battery to Deermid because he had so many cards. Because I could have given him the battery from Karna, and then I could have given the 10% from Pawns, and he'd probably have his NP right now. And there's the buff block. I don't want to clear it yet. Man, Karna just gotta wait till turn 3. That's unfortunate. Oh, he cleared the buff block with the command code. They both did, and it's back! Yay! Okay, now we can kill him. That took longer than it needed to. So the dream is Karna does 29k, then NP's the middle one. Just crit. Easy. I guess we could have... Deermid doesn't have as many... Okay, Deermid only has one card, so I think this will be a net gain for Karna. It was. Hell yes. Okay. There we go. Easy. Okay, now that's fast mode. Damn it. Damn it. Oh. Oh god. This NP is so good in slow-mo, but it's so not good in fast mode. Oh my god. That looks so bad when he goes back and forth there. I really like that one in slow-mo though. Well, we could have won right there, but it didn't quite work out. I wonder if I could have NP'd with Deermid, then Bustered the one, then NP'd with Karna. I don't think we would have killed all three, but we would have been like... The one that's left would have very little life. I will say that crit animation looks pretty cool. I would love to see them do their NP into normal attack into crit. I think that would look really cool. Oh god, they might not kill it. Oh god! What have we done? That looks like it should be AoE, but it isn't. That ended up not hurting that much at all, really. It's because they've got like the nanomachine type thing. I don't know if it's called that for them, but they've got like a damage cut inherent in like that purple passive they have, and then he has his defense up. So those two things combined means your normal card damage is a little bleh. Their swords are obviously not copies of AO. Why on earth would you think such a thing? Yes, the Olympian soldiers randomly have Aya. Like, totally. Well, that makes sense. Remember that sword that's made out of materials before the known universe? That Emiya can't even recognize, let alone trace. Remember that thing? And it's in its like description by Type Moon is said to be the most powerful noble phantasm that humanity ever possessed. Remember that thing? Yeah, but these Greek soldiers though, they have it. It's like when you ask who made Olympus, and then Rex is just like, me. It's like, oh, how did we not realize this sooner? I mean, they just have you know, some generic, you know, Olympian technology beat stick. You know, just because something vaguely is like a similar shape or size of something else doesn't mean they're like related, right? Like, there's a lot of swords. There's a lot of swords in Fate, and most of them have no connection to each other. I did make it. Are you sure about that? With what, a hammer? Okay, I think this does lead into the twins soon. I know you fight them with all the, like, chimeras. So yes, yeah, you just hammer and nails, get some wood planks, you know, get to work. Wipe the sweat from your brow, you know, just build Olympus, you know, there you go. Oh, Cairo, how far you have fallen. Now see, this is one of those times you can't tell him what I'm saying, right? Like, what happened, right? Like, what happened? Why, you now have a 10-10-10 Kiara, and you put it on your support list, right? I am so disappointed in you. I just... Anyway, let's see. Ultra Coon, alright. Let's do some Amakusa shenanigans, why not? Not sure there's much in the way of buffs on this stage, but I wish I had more like battery support. You know what? Let's do Shin. We don't even need another DPS. Try to just NP as much as possible here. I have so little battery on this account though. Free-to-play units don't have a lot of units that are aimed at throwing battery at a unit, you know, past maybe getting 1 NP quickly. There's no like, you don't like, oh, NP, now give him 50 battery. Like, no, that's not a thing. Do you think if DW introduced pity on JP, the sales on other servants might decrease until the pity system is implemented globally? Do you mean, I'm assuming what you mean is, if they added a safety net on JP, would people wail less on NA until they got it? And I would say, I don't think it would change at all, because the rated up servant that they want isn't going to necessarily come back when the safety net hits, right? Now, I would say it would behoove them to add the safety net to all versions of the game roughly at the same time, because it's not something that has anything to do with gameplay or unit strength or materials or anything like that. It's just a quality of life thing that incentivizes people to spend money but prevents them from having to spend too much money, right? Which is good because it gets your fish and dolphins, you know, in there instead of just the whales. Like, it's a good business model, so they need to do it. But I don't think it would really affect NA much. I think NA would just be like, oh my god, they would just complain until they got it, basically. But I don't think it would actually affect their bottom line much on NA. I don't think they even care, though. NA is pennies. Like, they literally don't care. Because if you look at, like, the profit margins on the different regional versions of FGO, NA makes up such a small percentage of the pie. Like, it's tiny. right? So they do not give a fuck if it goes up a bit or down a bit. Like whatever, right? Like they don't care. Look at all of our stars, though. Let's see if we can just NP right here. Shame that this wave isn't much. We actually went overboard. We could have saved one of our battery skills. How about that 90% buster though? It's never bad to stockpile your SQ anyway, even if the thing you're wanting to happen doesn't happen. It's not like you lost the SQ, you can use it at any time, and surely something's going to be added that you want eventually, then now you have all the more SQ to increase the odds of you getting it, so it's never really a bad thing to stockpile. Did Hans get drained? Hans must have been drained. I was trying to get his MP the normal way, then use his battery skill, but game's not really having it. Crap, that did more damage than I thought. Hans, don't kill it, for the love of God. Woo! Oh, that would have been so shit if Hans had killed that there. Oh yeah, Korean players are way more hardcore about their video games on average, and you know, of course that's a generalization. Of course you have casuals that are Korean and crazy hardcore people that are in North America, but on average when you look at like the styles of games that they prefer and like what they accomplish in them, and like Van Dictus for example, it was a Korean game, yeah, they're a lot more hardcore about that kind of stuff. They're like really okay with grinding in their games generally. Got that Buster chain, but the double Hans NP. But the Buster chain. Let's see if we can like kill the Camaro with the NP and then target switch and crit the other one. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I might not even needed that Buster card there. Like it would have been short like 5k or something. Quite a bit of whiff damage there. Damn, dude, he did pretty good there. If Shin-Gong's skills were max, we could have just NP'd. We wouldn't have needed the Buster before. Well, there was really no point in having Hans like try to NP twice, because by the time we even want to NP, the fight is basically over. So. It didn't really work out. Oh yeah, Korea was skipping over. They were trying to catch up to JP really fast, and they skipped over so much stuff. Really messed up pacing over there. And then they had that scandal, and oh my god, that hurt. That hurt them so bad. And what was so bad about that was, it's not like their IP was so strong that they could get away with it, right? Because there's a million other games like FGO in Korea, and the brand isn't nearly as strong over there. So you fuck up that bad, they just play something else. As they should, right? So yeah, they got wrecked. They didn't, basically, and that drama happened during the Solomon event, and so many people quit, and they didn't have that big of a player base to begin with, that they didn't actually beat the Grady event. The devs had to step in and like forcibly have the health bar go down, because they didn't kill like the raids within the time limit. So yeah, they fucked up. That was the Korean server is the timeline where Guadia won, basically. And we're still not at the Twins. This is where I so wish I had Hohenheim leveled. Because Hohenheim with Antonio is a real combo. Like, it really works well. You get some pretty serious looping going on. Well, we got Ushi support. That'll do it. I may be really asking for it right now, but here's what we'll do. Not that, no, not that. God, fucking messing up the team. There we go. Oh yeah, loads of people roll for 4 stars. There are so many popular 4 stars. I'd imagine their defense was it was an accident. I didn't never look into it, but I forgot to give Arash. I forgot to give Arash starting NP. Oh god. Anyway, and truthfully, it is possible that it was an accident. That stuff does happen, right? You do have to be careful about that. Because, for example, I know Netmarble has done a lot of bullshit stuff in other games in the past that clearly isn't an accident. But that doesn't mean, like, let me put it to you this way. All companies, all individuals, humans are going to make mistakes. You're going to make some, I'm going to make some, I've already made some. I might be making one right now, right? So everybody makes mistakes. Doing piece of shit things in your life doesn't change that, right? Just because you've done something shitty doesn't mean all of a sudden you're immune to, you know, human fault, right? So it could legitimately have just been a mistake. I doubt it, but I don't know, and so I'm not gonna, you know, be super sure of it one way or the other. But that happens a lot, where somebody will have done something bad, or a company will have had a bad track record, and then people forget that just like everyone else, natural mistakes are still going to happen, as well as whatever shady nonsense that they're doing. I wish Arash had gotten an art card here, because most of our art cards are gone, because we just got the 2, so any chance of an art chain is much lower now. Dude, not giving him starting NP is so bad, because now the assassin can murder Ushi. And we're just gonna be sitting here for so many turns doing nothing. And they have Drain! Yay! Oh my god, I fucked this up. Well, we have an art chain, because the final hand is like nothing but art cards. It's both of Ushi's art cards, it's Arash's art card, it's one of Antonio's art card. No, he already has both of his. So it's both Ushi's and Arash's. I've been trying to save Ushi's first skill for when we NP with Antonio, but this setup has gotten so out of whack with that I'm not sure we're gonna have a clean NP with him anytime soon. Oh, this is not good right now. If I had just brought starting NP on Arash, we'd be good, but god damn it. Why do you really? Like, of course that's the one he hits. This team is so fucked up now, and now we don't have Ushi's thing. Ugh, what the fuck, man? It's funny how such a tiny thing affects the team this dramatically, though. But like, just Arash having starting and team made this setup like super shitty. Because we wanted Arash to die like immediately and just have Hans out, and then whatever normal card damage we had taken, Hans would heal back. and then they'd be low enough on health that we could finish them off pretty quickly. But now we're like so behind, and Ushi literally did nothing all stage and is died before using any skills because of this, so it's quite bad. And now they're probably going to die to NPs. So we're basically going to have to get bailed out by Herc that he shouldn't have even have been needed. Good lord, dude. This could not have gone any worse. Like, just this is basically just now random units that have no synergy. Actually, Art of Death works on the dolls, if I remember correctly, which is weird, but it does. So, I can't believe I'm about to. I have to MP right now. This is so stupid. The pain. I kind of want to reset to just show how much better this would be if you just gave a rush starting MP, but we'll see if we can win, bail ourselves out. The Olympian ones might be different, but like regular dolls it works on. Doesn't really matter though, because the doll was so low in health that would have died anyway. Good thing this stage is a joke. Let's go Medea Brave Chain. That's one of those extra attacks that looks like it should be AoE, but it's not. There's a bunch of those. This turn order sucks, but I have to do it like that because she doesn't have enough damage otherwise. I don't think it'd kill it with the normal cards easily, so. I did more than I thought. I actually probably could have gone for the Chimera and tried to kill that with a Buster in the back. Depends on how hard the crit would have been. Yeah, I probably could have done it the other way. You son of a bitch. Didn't kill him though! This was so messed up. This is so messed up. Wow, that sucks, Ari. That's really unlucky. At least you don't have that many copies to go, though. The 3-star rate upper is irrelevant on that GSSR because he's the only 3-star. So you have a 100% chance of getting him every time you pull a 3-star. It's just, Ari must not have, she must have gotten like a million CEs or something. Boy, that's out of place. That's right there. It's not even like the art style, it's like how it's like it's kind of smaller and like the whole thing is elevated. It's kind of like a Pokemon picture trying to show off the whole creature, but it's so large that it shouldn't be like that, right? It's really out of whack with her like correctly sized portrait, right? Looked like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something, right? Has NA gotten that one? I remember there's that one, it's not a GSSR, it's just a regular banner. But it's, I don't remember what it was, but there's a regular banner they do at one point that the only 3-star you can get is Antonio again. So, even easier to get him there, because you don't even have to do the GSSR, you can just do 30 regular SQ, and you're also guaranteed a 3-star, so... Yeah, it was like the extra class rate up banner, that makes sense. Alright, this is probably the twins. And you fight them with like chimeras and stuff. So I did this and I recorded it, but I never posted the video. So I did it with Canis, right? So she was being counter-classed. But I supported her with like the best budget stuff, like I really upgraded Shin Gong and Hans and Leonidas and like taunt walls and stuff. But I never posted the video just because my Canis was like level 94 or something, and I had just gotten better at like using Canis later on, because it was one of the first times I'd ever used her. So I didn't want to post it that far in when it was such an out-of-date thing, but it was really fun doing that though. How about these sound effects? What do we want to use? I kind of want to use... You know what? I want to use Mordred just because I think an AoE Saber will probably be good here. Obviously not as good as like an AoE Archer, but it'll still be like a Saber like Mordred will do really well, but won't make it super easy. So I like being able to use a unit that I have that upgraded, but have them not trivialize it. And I just like using Mordred when I get the chance, so... Alright, how do I want to do this? In before, this isn't the fight with the twins, and I'm bringing the worst team ever, but... we'll see what happens. You know, when I envision Mordred fighting the twins, this is absolutely the music that I think of. Maybe I just do George. Nah. Being risky. It'll be fine. Matching dramatic music is overrated. This is the real shit. Yeah, I love when I get the chance to do stupid stuff like that in my videos. I need to do that kind of thing more often. It can be a lot of fun. Oh. What? Okay, hold on. We need to, we'll turn the music on. Everyone likes the music in this fight. I totally forgot about this boss fight. Excuse me. We're gonna want a totally different setup here. Okay, hold up. Buff removal is really good here. So, this is a cool thing. She's trying to turn herself into a beast. The transformation is not, like, complete yet, and it's, like, messed up. So she still has, like, they represent this gameplay-wise. She still has, like, lingering effects of her original class. And her original class is Assassin. So she doesn't get her bonus damage, because she gets bonus damage against almost everything here. But she doesn't get her bonus damage against casters, because the bit of Assassin is still in there. And then because of the whole humanity thing, she doesn't get her bonus damage against things that are not human. So, I think Asterios, Lobo... some other random ones like that. Things that are not human. But yeah, casters are neutral, where everyone else is being counterclassed, basically. there's basically no end to the kind of, oh yeah, and then Tams counter the shit out of her. Tams like super counter her, which is funny. I love it's a pure gameplay thing, but it's great. Let's see though. You can use anything, like Lobo is really good here. Gorgon is really good here. Just so many things are good here. I kind of want to use Lobo because I never got the chance to try him out, and and Kidu can solo this and rather easily because she's a threat to humanity. So you know how that goes. And I think she even has divinity, so she also gets stunned. Yeah, it's very easy to do with Enkidu. Like it's not even remotely hard. Yeah, I'd like to set up Lobo. I don't know if Lobo could solo it. He might be able to, but I want to just do team stuff right now. And I used Gorgon for this for the video, and Gorgon is not that good for this stage. She's good enough to get the job done, but she's not like a carry by any means. But I think Lobo is probably better than Gorgon for this, I would think. Let's see if we can get one. I have my own Lobo, but he's not upgraded worth a damn yet one of these days. But if anyone in chat's got a Lobo, now would be the time. Sadly, he's kind of rare because, I don't know, I guess he's just not that popular, but I don't really see Lobos much. Let's see if we can find any. And he's got the buff removal, so it'll be fun to try to make that work. Well, we might not get to use Lobo because there are none. I have an NP1. If he's 10-10-10, we'll give that a shot, but if he's not, that's probably not worth. I feel like NP2 would be fine. I feel like NP1, that'd be really tough. But yeah, I'd love to use him just because he has buff removal. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, you can also pick Lobo as your free 4-star summon, your 4-star ticket, so he's easy to get if you want to get him, but I don't think he's been that popular, unfortunately. Yeah, I like him a lot, actually. I may actually end up leveling my own, because every time I want to use them, I can never find one. I have a friend, like a real-life friend, that has a really upgraded Lobo, but he barely plays FGO, so it's really hard to get his. Well, while we're waiting on that, I'll try to make a basic team setup first. We're obviously not going to use Jolter, but well, if we don't use Lobo, we're going to want Medea. I don't know if this account's going to be able to support Lobo well enough, because Lobo is like, he's in the middle because he's like half beast, and then the rider is human. So if I remember correctly, he, I don't remember how they do it, but something weird happens with him. I think he still takes a crap load of damage, and I don't think this account has enough support to protect against that. Yeah, I don't think Lobo's gonna work for this account when I think about it. I think he'll just evaporate. Like, I mean, he could work, but he's not gonna go like the whole fight, I doubt. Like, you would still need a DPS on the team to clean up. Like, he'll help a lot initially because he'll remove the buffs, just boom, and all that. But I don't think he'd be able to last the whole fight. Asterios can be really good here because the boss, I think, is AoE and has like decent hit count. I think it's AoE sometimes, and he doesn't take the bonus damage. The easy mode way to do this, though, is Enkidu, because it's so easy to find someone with Enkidu. Like, Enkidu is way more common than Lobo, which is funny, because Enkidu is a 5-star, but he's super popular and everything. And Enkidu just makes this a joke. But I don't really want to use Enkidu, because I don't want the fight to be that much of a joke, because that's kind of, boring. I can't really make a team until I know what DPS I'm gonna go with, though, because, like, some DPS won't need, like, Medea to remove the buffs at the start, but some will, so... My Enkidu is not scuffed, thank you. Mine is level 90, NP3, 10-10-10. Totally acceptable. Oh, you mean this accounts in Kidu? Yeah, that's different. He is in B2 though. You know, he probably could still help a little bit, but not that much, because he doesn't have his NP upgrade to get this stuff. What units do I have that could be DPS here? I mean, if I was gonna do it without like relying on the support in any way, I would just have Herc solo it, but that's boring. But that's pretty much all this account has that's effective as a DPS here is Herc. And the only thing I have easy access to is Enkidu, which is that's just way too easy. Maybe I summon like a total whatever support and see, like summon like Hans, right? And then see if I can just do it with Herc, but that's kind of boring. I really just want to use like a proper Lobo, but I don't think we're gonna have any. And I think I would still end up relying on Herc at that point, so. Nah, everybody solos this with Tam. Also, I don't like Tam, so. It is hilarious, though, how Tam wrecks this fight. Like, all of the Tams can pretty much beat this. So the Berserker Tam is especially good at it. Because she doesn't take the Berserker damage. And then, so then her healing is just crazy effective. Berserker Tam and Enkidu are probably the two best units for destroying this stage. There's nothing slotted is fun for this, though. Nothing. It's all either so easy it'll be a joke like Enkidu and Herc and stuff like that, or it's like pointless and it won't even be remotely helpful here, so I can't really think of anything I want to go with. Let me look at my main account, see what I can slot. Skaz might be kind of fun. Because she won't be that good though, because she'll take, like, here's the thing, on, like, if it was my main account, I could support somebody that will take the bonus damage, right? This account really can't. They'll die in like 3 turns, right? And sure, they'll probably blow up a health bar or something, but all that's gonna boil down to is then Herc kills it, right? And then why even bother, right? Then you might as well just have Herc kill it in the first place. The most balanced thing gameplay-wise would be Gorgon again. Gorgon is in that perfect spot where she's good for the fight, she's helpful, but she's not a carry by any means, right? She can just get the job done, but at that point you're really contriving it. And I already did Gorgon, so I'd rather do something else. But I can't really think of anything else. I don't think Berserkers do anything, really. Like, I don't think Berserkers get their class stuff, so they're actually pretty bad for it. Oh, Martha would be a fun one, because, she, still though, I mean, again, this account, you gotta remember, this account, let me really stress this. This account, other than Hercules, sucks, right? I mean, it's really bad. Like, and look how, that's all it has. That's it. Like, that's all of its servants right there. That's all of them, right? So it can't, so again, almost every unit in the entire game, aside from very specific ones, take massive damage in this fight, and they'll just die like that, right? And normally you can protect them and stuff, but this account can't. So even, like, Ruler Martha, who will do insanely good damage here, she will still die in like 2 seconds. Because your class doesn't really matter in this fight, other than Caster. Caster is the only class that is anything special in this fight. Ivan could be fun, because yeah, I don't think he doesn't take the bonus damage, and then he has the buff removal. He doesn't have particularly good damage though, because he's AoE. I like that idea, that's pretty fun. And I really like using Ivan. I like that. Let's try to get Ivan. If we can, if no one has one, I can just get Cairo to put his up. Because Ivan will help, but he's not gonna just trivialize the fight. I'm asking Cairo. I can guarantee you Cersei does not get her her pig here. There's no way. Yeah, I totally like Ivan here, because he'll be kind of like Gorgon. Helpful, but not like making the fight a joke. I don't like making fights like nothing. But then I don't like, you know, this account, it can't, you know, normally then I could just use like, you know, baseline stuff or whatever, but this account can't do that because it just doesn't have enough of it. And its only other option is Herc, which is like the nuclear option, so. Oh yeah, that makes sense. If Vertra doesn't get countered, that makes sense, because yeah, she's not a human at all. Like, she's a demon dragon thing. That could be kind of fun. Again, though, she's AoE and stuff, so she'd be, honestly, her damage would be fucking just so crap here. Although she'd get her divinity thing, so it wouldn't be that bad. That could be good. If Ivan ends up being worse than I'm thinking, and if he does take the bonus damage, then maybe we try her, because she shouldn't trivialize it either. This is a tricky fight. I kind of dislike the way this fight is designed, because if you're fighting it seriously, no one is going to have a hard time with this fight. Like, no one. This is a very easy fight to trivialize. You can, because if you don't have a friend with Enkidu, Tam also works, and so, you know, and there's so many Tams, like that already is a big thing, and like there's so many servants that make it a joke. But then if you don't want to use those, then your options are like really small, and like it's really awkward. So it's not really that well designed. Some of the ideas are cool though, but like the whole caster lingering thing I think is cool. But it's kind of annoying that it's so easy to trivialize, but then it's like it's hard to make it legit. It's either like almost undoable by a newbie account, or it's so easy that it's nothing, right? Because any newbie account could just summon Enkidu or Tam and things like that. Okay, Kairo's putting up Ivan. Yeah, if Ivan ends up being worse than I'm thinking, we'll try Vertra, because that should be a fun one. I mean, this one, and on a lot of them, if you focus on the story, like, because here's the thing, I mean, I've been playing through this game pretty naturally, I would say, right? And I haven't cheesed a damn thing, right? We have not used command codes to beat like some hard boss we're stuck on. We haven't done any of that. I've beat pretty much everything legit. I've never summoned Merlin or Waver for like a major boss fight or anything like that. And you know, I've been playing through the game pretty naturally, and this is what I've got for Lostbelt 5, right? This is very limited options. It's good options, right? Everything I've leveled I think is very useful and fills its role really well. But, you know, I don't have good options for every, you know, I don't have good options for a lot of extra class stuff, that kind of thing. So a lot of accounts would get to this fight, and they would basically need to cheese it. So they're going to summon Enkidu, or they're going to summon like Berserker Tam, or even regular Tam, right? A lot of people are going to do that. Now, sure, a lot of people are going to get to this fight and also have been playing the game for a long-ass time. Like, nobody's going to get to Lostbelt 5-2 unless they use command spells and blue cubes and stuff, but no one is going to get to 5-2 naturally and be, like, completely unprepared, right? That's not going to happen, right? You know, obviously, this account's not completely unprepared. It's got Hans and Qingong and George, David. You know, it's got some good stuff. You know, you're not going to get here with nothing, of course not. But that's my point. This fight is really weird because a lot of the stuff that is normally what you would need to get the job done is basically garbage here, and it won't do anything, right? Like, a lot of units will do almost nothing in this fight. So that's why I think a lot of people are going to cheese this, especially in newer accounts, because it's so fucking easy to cheese. All right, let's see big boy Ivan here. Or not. I see the support system is being dumb as always. This really is not a free-to-play challenge, although it's a free-to-play account. I'm literally just playing the game, and then I'm playing it as I wish to, and I generally, just in my own free time, I don't like trivializing bosses, right? I don't want to do that. It's like, what's the point of bosses having mechanics if you're just going to cheese them? Cairo, do I not have you added or something? There we go. What the? I have no idea why it took that long for Cairo to pop up. Because yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I have him added. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong stage, because for some reason Cairo's servants are on random. Okay, I think that's the right one. Let me make sure. Yep, that's the right one. Okay, so Ivan obviously does not need buff removal at the start, because he's got that himself. He is Buster. The only way to make Ivan do well here, because his NP's not going to do well, is critting. We pretty much have, we gotta go normal card damage route. That's pretty much the only way we're gonna get anything done here. So we really need to capitalize on our buster cards. I want to say there are debuffs in this fight, so Asclepius would be good. I think the boss is AoE, off memory. Guess we'll go with Atlas in case the debuffs are just that bad. Do we think this fight is hard enough that we use Herc? I kind of want to say no. What's a good cleanup unit here? Q's alright. Unless there's gimmicks that I'm forgetting. Martha's fine too. Well, no, we don't need that much buff removal. We could use Martha though instead of Medea, but I feel like Medea's better just because she is a caster. So, I'm not bringing this because of some big brain strategy. I just think it might coincidentally work out well. I don't even remember what this boss's NP is. Wait, do I not have 500-year obsession? Damn. That's gonna make Zeus a lot harder. That's a really good way to counter Zeus at the end, is using 500-year obsession on him. Well, that's rough. What do we give her? Her damage is just going to be laughable. Might even give her that. Oh boy, I don't. This lacks damage. This setup really lacks damage. So what I would do, if I was summoning a DPS that didn't have buff removal, I would use Martha or Medea in the front, and I would use the other one in the back. The only reason I'm not doing that is because of... oh fuck, did you make Ivan stronger? Probably should have said something sooner, because why is his cape red? That's disgusting! You know what, I'm resetting, because I want to see whatever Cairo did, and also I don't want the red cape. I hate the red cape. It's so bad with like how he's so blue, and then I don't get this. I've seen this in a lot of video games, anime, movies. For some reason, a lot of people on this planet, think blue and red look good together, and I'm like, what is wrong? They don't look good together at all. Like they clash so much. Like it looks quite bad. And now Cairo has got Stage 1 Ivan, that's great. It's probably the worst one. Does it reset every time you click, or do you have to refresh? Oh my god, you have to refresh. I think it's in your options. You've got it set in like your My Room as like a blanket thing to be random, I'm pretty sure. You could probably ask Ari to help with the translating that next time you stream. Because yeah, I've noticed all of your servants are always random. Like even your Baldy. Yeah, I was using your Baldy last night just for the lulz, and he was stage 3. I was like, that's not right. Quetz would probably work here, even though she doesn't have any like special interaction with the boss. Just because Rex's Quetz is so strong. And, oh my god, we're gonna have to red cape it. I don't think we have a choice. Now that one's blue. I mean, last time it was showing blue, then we got in the stage, it was actually red, so I don't know what's gonna happen here. Ushi would work on, like, you know, as like a useful unit, but she's not going to carry by any means because there's nothing. Again, she's going to take massive bonus damage, and there's nothing special about her here. Like, if your account's pretty weak for this fight, that's not really what you want to summon. And goodbye buffs. God, I love that. Like, she starts off with some really strong buffs there, and he's like, nope, gone. Okay, we have blue cape. Feels good. Maybe I should have waited a turn to do that. Yeah, they basically took a lot of the original Lostbelt boss themes, like the trees and stuff, and then kind of gave it a, I don't know, a bit extra-y feel. I don't know what they did. And then each phase is a different one of the Lostbelt themes. I don't remember what these debuffs are. I'm gonna go ahead and clear these though off Ivan because I don't want that attack down. Yeah, I don't remember. I do not remember the gimmicks in this fight. I just remember having the command code to remove debuffs was really helpful. Hopefully Hans can NP next turn. Is it the map themes? I thought it was the tree themes, like the generic tree themes. What? Oh, there must be something you have to do to remove that. I don't remember. Man, I haven't done this fight in so long. I didn't remember that at all. But yeah, she has damage resistance. I either that or she just resists like Ivan for some reason. But yeah, I guess it's time limited. It just goes away. Okay, so that means starting in P is not very good because you can't do a lot at the beginning. Okay, that countdown debuff is a stun. Okay, we need to change so much. We need to change so much. I don't think this account has any debuff clear command codes, unfortunately. Oh my god, I hate the command code UI so much. I don't know, something long-term, Kyra, like just long-term damage. And starting in P doesn't seem very useful. But the main thing is I would say is just a debuff clear command code. I think that would be the most helpful. Yeah, Yang CE. Let's not do that. That would legitimately be good, but let's not do that. Again, that would be the nuclear option, which we don't need. Doesn't Edmund save us in this part of the story? Hasn't updated yet. Let's see. I almost want to start with Asclepius. This hurts our ability to crit, though, dramatically. I guess this hurts it quite a bit. Like 20-30 combined with their star per turn is really good. Although Ivan is a writer, so he has that natural star absorb, so that's kind of nice. Do I have a second jeweled sword? I probably don't. Okay, let's see if we got the thing here. At some point, though, I should show Enkidu here, just because like, this is such a nothing burger if you're using Kidu, but I don't want to do that on this account just because it is too easy. I really get annoyed though when I only, like, just due to the strength of the account or like what supports I just happen to have available to me, I only have the option of like a unit that's not really that helpful or a unit that makes it way too easy. I always don't, cause that's not the gameplay I seek, right? I don't want it to be super easy or just dumb. Stage 1 Ivan is just, he looks sick. Like, he looks like he's been like drained of his blue, right? Why is this not updating? Hey, Cairo, just slap anything, like you know, limit over 0, you know, whatever, just any long-term thing. Victor from the moon, you know, that kind of thing. Stage 1 looks like he isn't activated, indeed. And then he's also got the red cape. Okay, so our crits will be quite something. You know, this, I'm gonna say it, but because this is the time to say it, the Canis CE would be good here. Not the Canith one. The Canis CE would legitimately be good here because we're going for Buster crits. That's the whole thing we're going for. And then the more stars would really help out because we don't have 2030. Yep, never misses a beat. I'm, you know, but it was the right moment. But thank you for the gifted sub. I almost want to not do the star stuff yet. Just because, we're not going to do any damage for a little while. I think it's like the first 3 turns, yeah. Wait, does Ivan clear his debuffs with his first skill? What? Why is Ivan so good? Why does everyone act like Ivan is bad? He makes stars, he has huge damage, he removes all buffs from all enemies, and apparently he clears his debuffs too. Jesus, I shouldn't have even used that then. I should have saved it. I was just using it because I was like, yeah, I'll get our NP going here. But I should have saved it for when we get like nastier debuffs. Ivan is exactly what I want to use here though. His utility is great for this fight, but his class and his damage type isn't, right? AoE is obviously not the way to go. He doesn't have like any special interactions with the boss, right? So he's not like gonna just wreck the boss by any means. But his utility is just awesome for this, so because his utility is pretty much always awesome, but let's see, this is where I wish... Why did I cast this? I should have already cast this. What am I doing? This is where I wish Hans could NP right now, but I don't want to use his second skill yet. I guess I just heal him. Man, I love Asclepius' voice. I'm just so happy with his character because he's actually based on the stories and stuff pretty well, but anime, right? And his gameplay reflects his legend and everything very well. And then he gives low stars options that they very much needed. So he's just, everything's great. I like the design, the voice acting, the gameplay, the rarity, right? It's really, really good. What is going on with Hans, dude? Bruh, every art card for Hans was in the third hand. All 3 of them, right? Jesus, and then yeah, let me art chain with Hans when he needs fucking 10 NP, right? Like, bruh. Jesus Christ, that's dumb. We're just having Asclepius NP now. That is so dumb. Like, yeah, okay. Really, no one needs anything this turn because we're not doing anything until next turn. Buff success chance is good. There's no point in using Ivan's thing. I guess I just do that. This turn kind of sucks, but... I love that voice line. That's like my favorite one. He's just so hyped to be murdering germs. And you know, he's normally pretty calm, right? So Ivan does take the bonus damage. That's stupid. Why does is this a human? Right? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Why does Ivan take the bonus damage here? That is really dumb. Like, does this look like a fucking human to you, right? I guess it's because his spirit is human. I guess that's their logic. That's really lame that he takes the bonus damage. That's gonna make it pretty much impossible for this account to use Ivan as the MVP. They could use Ivan and just have hurt cleanup or whatever, but Ivan would be totally fine for like a stronger account, but for this one, I don't think it's gonna work. That sucks, dude. Like, that really sucks. Like, Ivan, look at this man. He takes the bonus damage. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That is so ridiculous. Who do I want to use Atlas on? If I can keep Ivan alive a little bit longer, I would say Ivan. God, we have 0 stars. I should have used those skills last turn, so I'd have stars this turn. I'm only gonna remove the dot, but that's fine. Hans, please land the defense buff and the attack buff on Ivan. Like that, the defense buff especially, though. Oh, just land them all. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, he got the overcharge too, so he's a 30% attack up and a 30% defense buff. I actually really like demonic on Hans. There's no way Cersei's NP works on this. No fucking way. I probably should have used Atlas though on Asclepius. Do I want an invulnerability just for the invulnerability? I think I need to. Shame we got no Buster cards here. This was like the crit moment. We've got to live to stabilize to kind of go around the wheel again, because when we had all of our Buster crits and stuff, she still had the resistance shield, so we couldn't. Oh, she evade. Oh my god, the learning curve though. Because yeah, I should have saved invulnerability. I would not have thought that this was going to evade. Right? I don't even know how something of this size would evade, but apparently it does. Yeah, pretty much any major boss you can't pig, because Cersei's life is miserable. I don't know, maybe we do use it on Ivan then, just so he can remove the evade. I mean, the dream would be you get a fucking Buster crit with your NP, and you just break the bar, and you don't have to deal with it, but... I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Ivan's, like, AoE nonsense would really care about, her going into the shadows. Like, oh, you're in the shadows now. As I fire a giant lightning AoE that, like, you know, incinerates everything in the vicinity, right? Yeah, I totally care. Okay, let's see. At least fucking Hans got a damn art card. Gonna use Hans's quick card just because Asclepius hasn't gotten any of his art cards yet, so he's very likely to be able to get his MP in a minute. It's okay to skip over that one. Yeah, that's always her first action. Why did I not cast this? It's honestly a big part of why I make that mistake with, if you've probably noticed over the years, I make that mistake with NP Seal a lot, and it's because budget units don't have NP Seal very often. So it's not like a gameplay thing that I generally interact with at all for like low stars. So you're not thinking about that long-term value about like, you know, getting ahead of the cooldown and that kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna try to... The second her shield goes down, I'm gonna try to break the bar, so hopefully the deck shuffles in a way that I can do that. Damn it, he missed the defense buff. Which sucks, because it was a 30% defense buff. Pretty relevant with how hard this boss hits Ivan. Like we have a Buster card left. I almost want to give Hans the battery here, because what matters is the stars. No, he'll get his NP this turn. I want to clear that dot on Ivan. I think I'll do it next turn. Or just next major debuff. Wait, no, the deck is going to shuffle. We already lost his other Buster card, so it's everything. We have no idea when we're going to get our Buster crits. Yeah, this boss is really cool. I wish it was done a little differently gameplay-wise, but like, there's just cool things like, you know, her original class lingering and the text and the music, right? There's a lot of cool things about it. That's not good. Yeah, so her crit is single target. That's funny. That normally it's the other way around. A lot of times they'll make bosses that do single target, but their crits are AoE, but she's the other way around. That's kind of interesting. Okay, we're not going to remove much in the way of debuffs here, but I want the NP gain. Like, imagine evading this attack, right? Imagine evading it, not blocking it, not, you know, dodging it. Like, how are you going to dodge this? Unless you're a fucking Dragon Ball Z character. Like, oh no, they took a step backwards. Just run. There you go. Oh, okay, that's probably not. Yeah, we would need Chin. Never mind. That Buster crit. Jesus Christ. I was like, we might need Chin if we wanted to break there, but apparently not. Oh. I hate that when they do that because it's just a trial and error thing. Am I the only one? Like, I hate when they do that because it's just a trial and error thing, right? Like, if you know, then you can completely counter it, right? But if you don't know, it just does that, right? Like, I never like quick charge gimmicks like that. And what I actually hate more is fucking, RNG quick charges. Like, they might do it, they might not. I can't stand that. It's funny, they've only done this once, ever. But I think the way the Kingu boss fight, like, especially the anniversary version, because the anniversary version was, like, had higher stats and stuff, so it was harder. But the way they did quick charge in that was really well done. It was RNG, like normal, but it was a free action at the end of his turn. And so if he was one tick away and it happened to tick his NP, it's at the end of his turn, so it doesn't matter. So he doesn't just instantly NP you, and so it's not random, right? It's random how quickly he'll get his NP, but it's not random when you need to defend against it, right? Like that's much better. I wish they would, if they want to give enemies quick charge, I wish they would do it like that. And the boss got a benefit from it though, because it didn't count for one of his 3 actions, so the boss could still attack more and stuff. So like that worked really well as a boss gimmick in my opinion. And if you're gonna do, God, that looks so ugly. If you're gonna do quick charge off a break, in my opinion, it needs to either be a support NP, because then it's not like, oh lol, you're dead, or a single target at least, because that way you'd only lose 1 unit. But like, you know, when you get blindsided by an AoE quick charge, it's like, cool, right? Like, great, right? It's just like a trial and error thing. Unfortunate that Hans didn't get an art card there. Bar break, Pierce of Honor. Now, I will say this. I almost don't mind that as much if they have Pierce of Vulnerability, because that's not really you're not really supposed to survive that, so you're going to build the team around, okay, get as much done as you can, and then let those 3 die, and then bring in a new 3, right? And I guess if you really want to survive it, you can really go ham and like bring guts and stuff. But that's kind of like knowledge that you would need anyway. Like when you're trying to counter very specific gimmicks, you're going to need knowledge about that. That's kind of like learning the fight anyway. But it depends. But yeah, if it's quick charge, you know, Pierce of Vulnerability, yeah, there's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do about living there. I wish either Hans or Asclepius already had their NP right now. We're gonna get kind of fucked up this turn. It'd be really nice to get Hans' defense up right here, because he got the attack down, so the attack down with the defense up is just so much mitigation. The next turn is the go turn. I'm trying to think who I want to heal. I might just wait to use the heal. Yeah, I do not care for stage 1 at all. Sadly, I see it all of the time because Tusk, for some reason, likes stage 1, and so his is always in stage 1, and as such, I never use Tusks. And then I see it on Kairo's a lot because his is on random, so there's a lot more stage 1 Ivan in my life than I would prefer. We don't have the extra attack this time, so this might not work. We have a more attack up from Hans this time though, because he got overcharged. So it's only 5%, so he's got like 35% attack up. And then we also get the Buster Chain, but the Buster Chain is only going to apply to the 1 Buster card, obviously not the NP. So we might not break here. If we high roll on the NP and the crit, then we'll probably get it. I wish Asclepius had crit there, get 50. Yeah, that was actually a good chunk of overkill there. I'm underestimating these buster crits, man. I forgot! I forgot again! How did I forget again? We just went through this. Great! Love this gimmick! And it's because you don't, this is another reason why I don't like mechanics like this. Sometimes you're not sure if you're gonna break or not. Oh, Kyra might have fixed the random thing. This is what happens when you're not paying attention. Like, I literally just have invulnerability on my Mystic Code, right? I could just cast that. I don't know, Cairo. I'm not sure, but I doubt Cairo actually uses stage 2. I suspect Cairo uses stage 3. Cairo is a big advocate for the blue. I use stage 3. Yeah, I figured. Hold on, I need water. Okay, I'm back. Kind of a bad opening hand. Really, the sooner you can get a heal up, the better. Our hit count is lower than I remembered. The only multi-hits on crits. I forgot to cast this! Yay! I guess you could cast that when you break, though, actually. That would actually be pretty OP. I might try that, actually. That's really good. I actually think I just messed up. I think I should have cast on this Star Gen skill a turn early, just because Ivan's not doing very good on MP gain the way the deck is shuffled. Thankfully, if the other units did not get their art cards, I could always art chain because of the NPs. How much NP can Ivan get here? Easy. Probably would have gotten it even without the crit, just because of the boss being AoE. It'll be close. Boss only attacked once. Okay. I am going to bet on we are going to break here. So I am going to cast Invulnerability for once in my life. It would be so good though to have Asclepius NP seal this turn. Because ultimately the stall isn't even affecting anything. She'd be at 3 ticks instead of 2 ticks. But she's going to go to full ticks anyway, right? So casting it earlier does nothing unless you're actually going to struggle to break the first health bar. I'm thinking about Asclepius putting his heal on himself. I normally would want to save it for Ivan because Ivan is the most fragile healer. But Asclepius got crit earlier, so he's a bit lower. He's going to get healed twice, but there's the dot. Tricky. I think we don't use it. What's really cool about that command code that Cairo has on there is because Ivan has inherently good Star Absorb, his odds of getting a crit on that Buster card are just so high. So he gets the Star Absorb from the command code, and then his inherent high Star Absorb that Riders just have 24/7. So it's quite easy to get that. That makes a lot of sense though, because the way you play Ivan is you try to get a lot of damage from normal cards. Fuck! God, that's bad. 1k! That's obviously within low high roll right there. So I think I can use Atlas, and I can get mine back, but this is such a shitty way. It'd be so much better to have already gone through that. Because now my buff clear is doing nothing, right? That's just a wasted turn. Damn, that sucks, dude. The only good thing about that is I get overkill on my R card there, and if it had crit, we actually would have gotten our NP right there, because the combination of crit on overkill is just insane. Damn it. Ah, damn it. Asclepius died. That's terrible. Also, if Hans doesn't get the NP again, that's super bad. He'll die here. Wow, that went really shitty. Yeah, Hans needs to NP twice. I don't know. I can clean this up definitely, but I'm not sure this account's gonna have what it needs to make Ivan work. Like, Ivan's totally fine here, but this account is just... Ivan's not like amazing here. He's just alright, right? He's fine. His utility's great for the stage, but his class is terrible, and then being AoE is not good and that kind of thing. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it. We'll see. We could probably do it if I used Herc, but I'd like to see if I can do it without using Herc and not using Enkidu or anything like that. Oh, right! She heals when she kills people. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, we need a lot of... We need to have Ivan remove those attack buffs and not have to use his invulnerability like we did there. Well, we'll try a little bit more, because we could break. You know, we already did twice. I just forgot to cast vulnerability. But if Ivan can remove that that attack buff, she won't hit so hard there. Yeah, I don't know what Cairo did to... Virtue will do worse than Ivan in pretty much every way. Unless she doesn't take the bonus damage. I guess there is that. That's true. She won't take the bonus damage, I figure. But basically she'll be a lot tankier, but her damage output is going to be a lot lower, and she's not going to be able to remove the buff. So then we need to have Martha in the front, or Medea in the front, or something like that. Although I guess we could afford to put Medea in the front if you're not taking as much damage. I don't know if you want Asclepius to NP seal or not, because you kind of want... Because I'm assuming what happens if you break the bar and she's NP sealed is she gets the battery but just doesn't NP. That's not really good for you. You kind of want her to use it and get it out of there. The other thing is she might clear her debuffs, so I wasn't paying attention. So she might make sure she NPs there. If that's the case, I should use it now just for the NP gain buff. Hating these opening hands though, man. We have eight art cards in the deck. Okay, we're kind of the same thing as last time. We're really struggling with NP gain, but we're gonna get an Art Chain next turn. I don't know, maybe I should have used Hans' skill there. Oh god, we actually might not get their NPs. Woo, boy, that was close. What I don't like about this is you are so reliant on Hans landing the attack buff. Without the attack up, you're not gonna break the health bar in time. Like, there's no way. So you got the 80% nonsense. I'll check in a second, Cairo. I don't know why. I wonder what happened. I can't, because I don't think when they added the random thing, I don't think they turned it on by default, but maybe they did. Because I do remember I had to mess around with something, and I had chat help me figure out what I needed to change. But I think what I had done is I like turned it on so I saw other people as random or something. I can't remember. Yeah, you might need the help with someone that can read Japanese to figure out what something is whack. Okay, so I guess if this happens, you probably don't need Hans to land the attack buff because we have the Buster Chain, but that's not going to happen very often. Unfortunately, because Ivan got so many cards, it spread out the crit stars a lot. Right? As you can see, he took pretty much all the stars from Hans, but because he got so many cards, his crit chance is not as good as it normally is. I think he only needs one of them to crit though, I would think, because he gets the 3 of a kind bonus. I probably shouldn't have cast that. Although the debuff resistance on Hans is good. Honestly, if we high roll, we probably don't need anything to crit. I think the extra attack might kill if everything high rolls. But one crit assures it. In double 70s, we should get one crit, but you know. Alright, there we go, we're good. Now we get like massive overkill that we don't need. That's why break bars exist though, because we would have done such a giant chunk to this health bar otherwise. So there's a lot that makes you take a lot more damage in this phase if you don't set up right. And damn it popped guts still. What the fuck? Hans had full health. How did Hans die there? What the that's so lame. And then every time she did single target, she hit Hans. Dude, I need Hans to NP twice. Like, I'm not gonna stabilize otherwise. But yeah, you get defense down here, and then she gives herself like the attack up in a second. Dude, that is so lame. I'm hoping the heal lets Asclepius live here, but it might not. I'm gonna taunt Shin-Gong because if she crits, she can only hit one person, and he's the best one for that. And the crit down's good, so. I don't think this account can make Ivan work though. I don't think it can. It's because this is a long fight. Because not only do we have 2 more break bars to go, oh no, we'll remove her guts at the end. Yeah, she gets a guts that brings her back to like full health, but we can remove it. Still, we have a long way to go. Well, I mean, I think it could. You would just need to get lucky, and you very much need Hans to not die like that. If Hans could NP one more time, that would have let Asclepius stabilize, and then Asclepius will NP one more time, right? Yeah, Hans dying there is super bad. At least Ivan can remove his debuff. Damn, I guess it always goes off in one turn. If Asclepius didn't get stunned, I could use Atlas on Asclepius, and then his third skill is back, and then he can remove all the debuffs. And battery. Everybody. Ugh, Ivan has to invulnerability here. It sucks because there's no buffs to remove, but there probably will be in a second. Like, I could make Ivan work if we get a little lucky and maybe we use Herc. Maybe I'll just use Herc then, but yeah, it's hard for this account to stabilize him. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Ivan's doing really well considering that he's not one of those units that has a special interaction here, which there are many that do. So he's taken massive damage, he's not the right class, he's AoE for God's sakes, and this is clearly a single target situation. So all things considered, oh, I guess that break bar it helps you. Man, I don't remember this fight at all, dude. I don't know if I can remember this nonsense. This must be Lostbelt 3. I'm not sure what I just did was worth it because it didn't give Asclepius' NP. If what I just did, if it gave Asclepius' NP, I think that would have been worth it, but because it didn't, I think I just messed up. Because, yeah, I could have saved that for coup. Oh, God. Yeah, no, that was a huge mistake. Because, I mean, literally, almost no unit gets as much value out of Atlas as coup does, right? It's like potentially 3 to 6 turns. And I just bought myself potentially not even a turn, so that was not right. That was absolutely not right. Because seriously, if we get... Yeah, I should have saved that for coup. Good God. If it got Asclepius' NP, then that might have been worth it. But because it didn't, there's no way that was worth it. Needed a single target Shingon, basically. No! That's so bad. That's super bad. That ain't good. And now Ivan dies and heals the boss. See, that's why you need Hans to not die, is because you need to stabilize so people aren't dying and healing the boss for a bunch until you get the breaks. Once the breaks happen, then you don't care if the boss heals, but I'll keep trying with Ivan a bit just because, I mean, I'm telling you, this fight is just boring if you use Enkidu. Like, he just destroys it, right? Like, every time he NPs, he will always break because he gets his crazy big bonus damage, and he stuns the boss, right? Like, and then Enkidu heals himself for so much, and he removes debuffs, right? It's silly. I mean, it's kind of funny because, you know, it's funny watching a unit counter a boss that hard, but, let's see if we can get not stage 1. Hey, there's stage 4, that's the thing. Not liking Chin too much here. Chin's not, I mean, the Buster Up can be good, but the timing is so random. I don't know what else I would even use, though. I'm pretty sure she is threat to humanity, and even if she's not, it's not going to really matter because Enkidu is still going to break easily because Enkidu is single target, and he gets defense down before NP damage, and he has the giant Buster Up. He's got one of the hardest hitting NPs in the game, so you're even if he doesn't get the threat to humanity, you're going to have no problems. I've literally soloed this with Enkidu before, and it was like the easiest thing ever. It wasn't even remotely difficult because the boss could barely move because it was stunned so much. Although I will say lore-wise, Enkidu probably would beat her ass anyway, so I guess that works, but... Yeah, him getting the defense down before damage is just nuts, right? He gets big buster up, big defense down, upgraded NP multiplier as well. Like, it's just so many things that culminate in him doing disgusting single target damage. And then in his niche, it's even higher for some reason. I'm hating these opening hands though. Like, we have so many art cards in the deck, and turn 1 is the best time to get them. And we just don't. Isn't there a Plague Doctor in that I forgot to use? I just threw. I forgot to use Ivan's third skill. But isn't there like a Plague Doctor in that Darkest Dungeon game? I think I've seen that. I'm saying this because of Asclepius' mask, which is pretty similar to that kind of vibe. You know what's funny? Actually, that didn't... I mean, there's still no reason to do what I just did. That didn't really hurt me, though, because she didn't crit, and she couldn't use the battery skill that she starts with because of Asclepius' NP seal. So the only thing that... It's still bad, but the only thing that was bad there was the cooldown being 1 turn longer on Ivan. For literally no reason. Oh, it's a she? Generally, they don't make Plague Doctors she's there. Nothing wrong with that, but I would not have expected that. I really do need to play that game. It looks fun, I just haven't had the free time, really. You know, Protoku doesn't do terribly here, just because having any defensive helps, and then he has so much debuff resistance that he won't get a lot of the nonsense in this fight. But regular Ku is so much better, because way more survivability and more consistent removal of debuffs and that kind of thing. One of these days, man, we're gonna get an art chain. This is better than the previous hand, though. Although you really want Ivan to be a part of an art chain. That's almost guaranteed because you have 2 art NPs that you're going to get pretty quick. And then you have 8 art cards in the deck. And you get the 20% battery off of Asclepius, so like getting his NP in time shouldn't be hard. And so far we've never failed to get it, but I do wonder if you just get like the worst combination deck I'm not sure there is a deck combination where you won't get your NP in time, but there no, there probably is. It would be like you get every Han's art card in the opening hand, and then just like Ivan's quick card, right? And then the second hand is every Asclepius art card, and then like Ivan's Buster card or something, right? It'd be something bullshit like that. So there probably is a way. Even then, though, it'd be close, because then Ivan could at least get a Brave Chain at the end. It wouldn't be an art Brave Chain or anything, but... and he wouldn't have his quick card, so he'd have to do Art Buster Art, right? But then he'd still have the gain from Hans' skill, and, you know, Asclepius' NP gain up, and his own NP gain up, and the battery. He probably would still get it, I think, but that would be pushing it. This is pretty shitty right now, though, the cards we're getting. But I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed an art chain on the next hand, because Ivan didn't get his other art card. I might start with Chen. I think we start with maybe Chen instead of Hans. That way, when one of them dies, then Hans comes in and heals everybody. That might be better. And Hans not getting the double NP is just sucking. Like, that's really sucking. Maybe we do save the NP seal. I need to check if she clears her debuffs. A lot of effects happen at the same time, so it's hard to tell. like mechanically exactly what's happening. I think I fixed Kairo's, or you fixed Kairo's, y'all fixed Kairo's game. I hope so, because yeah, that sucks. What was it? I'm curious. Was it in the options menu, or was it in the serve it, like card menu? Like what was messed up? Nope. I'm normally not one to save scum, but nope, just that, no, I'm not wasting AP just because, like, I'm playing the first few turns the exact same way every time. Nothing changes, right? There's like no RNG in any of it until Han's NPs. I'm not wasting the fucking AP on that. What little shit over here with an every goddamn buff in the book here. God, like I think he missed all of them on Ivan, right? Jesus Christ, dude. Don't make me put a buff success chance on CE on Hans, because I've got one. Good lord. That's another reason I might switch to Chen, because Chen could let the casters phase tank with a guaranteed defense up damage cut, instead of Hans being like, maybe I'll give him a defense up. Yeah, that's more variance than you would like to deal with. I guess it sucks to cast that though. Save scumming's not even good, by the way. Like, it literally isn't. It's actually bad, because you end up wasting things that you shouldn't use. I like how people think I save scum in my videos when I so obviously don't. Because one, so much stupid fucking RNG happens in my videos. And I never cast like a skill out of order when it doesn't make any sense to, right? And that's a sign of save scumming, not the absence of that. The whole reason people think I save scum, it's not because of my gameplay. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. It's not because of my gameplay. People think I save scum just because they see like blips. Like, or like time skips happen, and they think that the only thing that could be is save scumming. Every time every time I do a boss that's like really hard, or the community thinks is hard, I always save the raw file in case someone starts freaking out about save scumming. Like I did that with Ibuki and several other ones. But normally it doesn't get talked about in my videos. It normally gets talked about in like 4chan and crap like that. But I don't think we're gonna break here because we didn't land the attack buff. I don't think there's fucking fuck, dude. The one cool thing is I could maybe get like a lot of battery back, but I think that's GG there. I could just not NP. Do I wait a turn? But then I don't have like my buffs for the next health bar. That's what you want to do, is you want to fuck up the next health bar with the buff. Yeah, I think this is just everything went wrong. We got a bad hand. We didn't land the attack buff. I had to cast the buffs too soon. That's a big thing. If I just don't cast the buffs, you can just wait. Yeah, I've had a lot of haters from 4chan. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's funny. That's what it is. It's two things. People always like to take people down a peg. Anyone that's popular or other people are saying is a thing. You know, people like to take people down a peg. But it's also normally when you see people try to defame like my stuff or the 1 to 3-star guy or whatever or what's his name, Ace of Hearts. Normally they're trying to defame them because they lost to a boss or something and had to use command spells or whatever, or SQ to revive, and they went around saying crap like, you know, oh, this boss, you know, they're justifying doing that, and they're all like, which you don't need to, you can just do it and it's fine, right? But they go around and say, oh, this boss is cheap. Yeah, I use SQ to revive. This is just such an unfair boss. You couldn't possibly do this as free to play. They go around saying stuff like that, and then they see somebody else do it in a completely reasonable way, right? And they just use a good strategy, and you know, someone figured the fight out and took their time to, you know, trial and error it and figure out a good setup, you know, like Ace of Hearts or somebody. And then they gotta be all like, oh, this is only safe scummy, and which it's not generally. But yeah, that's always a thing. I've seen that when people try to like, because I've had conversations with people that get like really uppity on me, and I try to sit down and talk to them and, you know, and explain like, you know, this isn't, I'm not safe scumming, and then, you know, this is free to play friendly and blah 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 blah. And then normally it comes out through the conversation that, you know, they just couldn't do it, you know, with their units and blah 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 blah. That's the thing, there's nothing wrong with getting stuck on a boss. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, who cares? And if you want to SQ revive or command spell, that's fine. There's no problem. The whole thing is, what happens is you have people that are bad at the game or unprepared, right? Which is fine. But then they wanna say things on Discord or Reddit or 4chan or whatever, saying, oh, this boss is badly designed, when they wouldn't know if it was well designed or not. And maybe the boss is badly designed, but they wouldn't know it, right? That's like the problem, is like you have people trying to, you know, say this player's good or this player's bad or this boss is good or this boss is bad, and they literally have no idea, right? They know nothing about like the meta of the game or boss design or any of that stuff. I'm trying to figure this team out though. I want to play it in a way that's the most consistent possible. So I'm trying to think, if things go badly, I wonder if you don't use Hans's third skill and you don't use Ivan's second skill, and then you do the NP stall thing, right? Like, I'm trying to, like, if things go bad and you can't just NP on turn 4 and break on turn 4 and you need to wait, then you need to have not cast the crit buff, you need to have not cast the third skill and the second skill, right? So I'm trying to think if there's a way that I can like have a filler turn. It's like, okay, if I'm ready to go, then cast it. And if I'm not see, that's the problem. The Hans's third skill and Ivan's second skill makes that very difficult because they need to cast it one turn in advance. That's where maybe you don't cast either of them and you try to break a turn later and don't rely on crits and then cast that stuff the turn of. So that is really fucked up. I hope people can follow what I'm saying, because like we've already obviously shown that decently reliably we can break on turn 4, right? But sometimes we can't, and then we get it's really bad. And so if you play where you don't rely on crits, you will never break on turn 4, even if you potentially could have, right? But then you're able to go into the next bar always good, right? And I wonder if that's better. That's like a choice you have to make, where it's kind of RNG, but you know, probably I'd say 60 to 70, maybe even 80% of the time you will break on turn 4, but sometimes you won't, and then it's very, very, very bad, right? Where if you wait, you will always break the bar, and you will always go into the next phase with your buffs at like their max duration and stuff. But then you will have taken more normal card damage because you're waiting until like turn 5 or something, maybe even 6 to break. I don't know which way is better. That's something where you'd have to play it both ways several times to kind of see what the average outcome is. I feel like going for turn 4 is fine. It's just sometimes it fails miserably, right? And then it's the other. I think the other way might be more reliable. It just won't peak as well. The peak performance of that setup is worse. It's a lower peak performance, but it's less RNG dependent. Because if you don't get a Buster card on turn 4, it's pretty bad, right? Like Hans needs to land the attack buff, and you need to get a Buster card on turn 4. Or maybe double Arc card, right? And then you Brave Chain, right? Like, so Ivan needs to get a Buster card, or Ivan needs to get a Brave Chain with like his Quicken Arch or something, right? And Hans needs to land the attack buff. Those are the two things that needs to happen. Where if you go the other way, you just need to not die to normal card damage, ultimately. Well, I guess no matter what, I'm still gonna do this. I don't know. I'm not sure which way is best there. What sucks is what would determine which way, and again, if this fight was a little different, what would dictate which way I played it would be what happened. It would be how much damage you get in, right? Because normally the boss doesn't have damage resistance for 3 turns. So if just over the first 3 turns you've done a solid amount of normal card damage, then you'd be like, okay, we go for the turn forward. Because even if you don't crit, you'll probably break, right? And if you don't get any good damage in for the first few turns, then you go, okay, we're gonna, you know, not gamble and we'll wait for like turn 5 or something. But because of the damage resistance here, you will never get good normal card damage in at the beginning. So I could have Han's NP right now, which is good for like not dying, but I like doing it with Asclepius just to get the extra overcharge. An extra 5%, you know, no one's gonna complain about an extra 5% damage. I don't think there's a world where we get 200% on Asclepius here, but hey, if it somehow happens, that'd be nice. Feels bad, Cairo. We need a lottery event. Dude, I want a lottery event that says every bronze mat in it. No silver mats, no gold mats, just every bronze mat. That would be such a helpful thing to the player base. All right, this is the turn where we have to decide. So the deck is going to shuffle. So, you know, no telling when you're going to get that Buster card. This is where like Chin would be nice because you might be able to break with Chin and not even need the crit. So then you just wait. But I don't know. I mean, you'd still need to get a Buster card. You'd still need to get a Buster card. Because basically what I'm rolling dice on is when the deck shuffles, do I get one of Ivan's Buster cards in the opening hand? That's the gamble. We're going slower. What is the plan? If you go slower and you try to break like on turn 5, it's can I keep my health up enough? That's the thing. It will. The one benefit to going slower is it'll be easier for, I almost say Cairo, for Hans to double NP. I don't even know what Cairo's NP is. I don't think I want to know. I'm gonna try going slower. I'm gonna try waiting a turn. I'm just worried I'm going to regret the hell out of this because Ivan cannot live forever. Like, he really can't. Cairo has not been luck sacking in Genshin Impact though. Not at all. He's been having pretty abysmal luck over there. Like Cairo, because as far as I'm aware, Cairo has been trying to get any, because what I understand is he's got his not Hans unit that has 4 out of 4 set bonus of the ice set. And then so the 5th slot doesn't matter. It can be any set bonus. And that 5th slot is a cup. And so he wants that cup to have ice damage on it. So he needs Cryo, that's it, Cryo, God. Cryo Cairo, fuck that. Anyway, he needs ice damage on any cup in the game. Anything, right? It does not matter what the set bonus is. And he's been farming that like a lot, and he's never gotten it. I swear everyone has Jean without actually saving up to like roll for Jean, and I'm over here trying to get Jean like through saving up, and I don't have her, so. Thank you, Ari. You see, she just said green. You see, Cairo, I can see. Thanks, Ari. I know that's not what you meant, but I'll take it. I've been able to see this whole time, Cairo. Okay. So it's good that we didn't go for the turn 4 because we didn't get a Buster card. I think I still need crits though because so here's the thing. This kind of sucks. What I wanted to have happen is to get some kind of normal card damage in this turn, even without crits. But I think it's okay to cast the skills now because I am so likely to get a Buster card in the next hand. This is hand 1 of the shuffle. No Buster cards. So there's 2 Buster cards in the deck, and so it's pretty likely, right? So I think now we do it. Who do I put this on? I guess I put it on Ivan.
奪行すなわち解放の時さて奪行すなわち解
I really need him to land the attack buff on Ivan. Oh god. I think we still get to keep the original attack buff, but I kind of forgot about that. Because the original attack buff is larger, it's 35%, where this attack buff is just 20%. So if I go QQ when the attack buff is gone... Oh, you keep fucking... Hans! Why? Just write the book! Just put it in the right file, according to alphabetical order. Shit. Okay. Let's see here. No, you. I'm not even. Do we even need the? Do we even need the crit buff? I should probably take it just to be safe. Also, he missed the defense buff on Asclepius, so I'll try to heal him and hope that works out. This should be fine. I'm not sure I should have healed Asclepius because he had so many heals on himself at the end of the turn, so I might have wasted that. I could have put the art card last. We have quite a bit of overkill there. I could have put the art card last, and that would have put me at maybe 60% or so. That would have been nice. It sucks that she does the defense down first. What the fuck is that damage? Bruh! So, Asclepius, how did they both die? I don't understand. That must be art. That must have been like high roll or something. I literally don't understand. I do not understand because like Hans had an extra defense buff that time, and there's been times where he like I literally don't understand. I do not fucking understand why they both died there. They had full health, and Asclepius had a defense buff, and then Hans had 2. I do not understand. I do not understand what happened there. Fuck. So I guess I have Medea NP to just remove the attack buffs. Dude, I literally just, I do not understand. That does not make sense. Their HP was reduced to 0, therefore they died? Oh, I see. Like you died to a first-person shooter or something, you're like, why did I die? Like your health is 0. I don't even, I might give Asclepius like a defense CE, like a defensive CE. I might really shift gears, maybe give them both defensive CEs, and then just NP once with Hans or something. I don't know if he's worth. I don't know if it's worth it if he lives though in that context. So I kind of need to save her debuff clear for when we get the stun though. But this is a really nice turn for it because he gets the art. Let's see if he can break here. I hate that defense down though. The defense down is gonna mean. If I use the debuff clear, he's gonna remove the dot. If this, oh man, I don't know what was best this turn. It's tough. Like, the thing is, it is totally possible to break this health bar with Hans and Asclepius still alive, and that is so big because this turn, or that the break gives you the like the heal and she gets stunned, right? So that buys them so much time to like recoup, and then you can just keep going for so long. The amount of value Ivan is getting is totally reasonable, though, if I had a strong DPS in the back. You know, like round 2, right? And see, if even just one of them was still alive, Ivan would have enough health to live one more turn, and then if she gets buffs, then you do the buff removal. But I'm gonna kind of have to use his invulnerability to just live here. This is bad though. Almost any damage, someone's going to die, and so almost any damage I do now is just going to get healed. So that's not great. Wow. Fucking do invulnerability on Ivan, and she single targets Medea twice, and just totally wrecked her. Yikes. Ivan's probably gonna die here. That sucks. Oh, pretty much any damage he does here is just gonna go into the void. Sadly, I don't have like a bunch of buffs to do like super damage here. Actually, like she'll heal a lot of that back, but that was still a net gain, I would think. Although it might not. She's gonna kill all 3 of these people pretty soon, and that's 150,000 health back. Yeah, we've lost. There's and Medea will die before Medea can remove. When we break this health bar, then Medea can NP, and then it doesn't matter if she dies, but she's gonna die like right as it's time to yeet the buffs. And if you yeet the buffs, the final health bar is not that bad. Or if you don't eat the buffs, it's pretty bad. Yeah, we've lost, but we don't have enough. Well, I think I'm gonna have to summon somebody that's really good for this fight. This account doesn't have the reason is because this account doesn't have a single unit that is good for the fight other than Herc, right? We don't have any of the the niches for this, so I'm gonna have to summon something good. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because I've done this fight with Enkidu multiple times, it is easier to solo this with Enkidu than it is to do it in a team. So I'm gonna do it in a team. Like it is much easier to solo it than it is to do it in a team, because in a team, Enkidu's like NP game is kind of inconsistent, and you just might not get the right stuff at the right time. That's what Ivan was though, Ari, because I can't think of anyone else, right? Like everyone else, no one in my chat has, right? Every DPS is either not good enough or they're too good, right? Because like Tams are too good. Tams fucking delete this. And like Lobo maybe, but nobody had Lobo worth a shit. Like nobody. Every unit is either is either weaker than Ivan or just so much stronger than Ivan that it's going to be a joke battle. I can't think of anybody. I mean, I don't think Cersei, I mean, is Cersei that good here? I don't think she's that good here. Like, I think she's like worse than Ivan, really. I mean, we can try it. I mean, it's true she is single target, but Eri, let's be honest. Like, she's going to do less damage than an Ivan Buster card. Like, I don't think she's any better than Ivan. I mean, we'll try it. Like, why not? Like, you know, why not? We'll see. But I think Ivan is better than Cersei here, and that's sad because Cersei is like at least kind of got a niche here in that you know, she's a caster. Casters are good here. Casters are better here than writers are. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the burb does. So, okay, this is a bit different. Oh god, she doesn't have heart survival though. Oh god. What do I even bring then? Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. She also doesn't have buff clear, so I need someone with buff clear on the start. Do I bring Martha? Let me think. I think Quetz would be about equal with Ivan. She's better. Okay, 100%. She is better than Ivan as on the DPS side of things, completely. Like she's just better because she's single target. She also has huge crits. She has got more reliable ways to get those crits, right? Like way better on the damage side of things. But she is way worse on the utility side of things because Ivan removes debuffs, removes buffs, has invulnerability, right? Like those things. So I actually think they're kind of close. I think Quetz might be a little bit better, maybe. But she's pretty behind on the utility, but we'll try some other stuff before we go ham. Like we'll save Enkidu and Berserker Tam and all those things for emergency button. All right, let me look at her kit again real quick, because off memory, she has no like hard survival at all. And she clears everyone's debuffs. So we don't need Asclepius at the start, I feel. Unless we want the battery, which I don't think we need. So, let me see. Maybe Chin, because she is Buster. Here's what I want to have happen. I want to be able to get her NP. What's the cooldown? I want her to double NP. And I want the second NP to have Chin's Buster up. And I'm hoping she can break. I'm hoping for way too much. She's not gonna fucking break. She is not gonna. She is not breaking that first health bar with just a vanilla NP. I don't think, even with Black Grail. I mean, I don't know. Eri thinks she can. Will she get her NP in time then? Probably. I mean, we have Hans. Because yeah, I want her to break. Use first skill and then do it again. Just boom, boom, right? And that one has Chin Gong. Okay, see now then what I need to think about is how to survive the NP. So Chin helps with that because Chin gives us the extra damage cut defense up. And then I guess I could literally just give Chin like a defense CE. Shame that this isn't limit broken, but I mean it's still decent. It's either that or just like evade, so he's at higher health or something. I don't mind this though, this gives us the higher defense buff. I don't mind that at all. But Hans is the one that's struggling to survive into this kind of setup. Do I want Asclepius to show up at all? Let me think. Because there's going to be more debuffs that need to be cleared. Her cooldown on debuff clear is 6 turns. Asclepius also helps stabilize, which is fine. But there's David. Wait, we need, oh, fuck. We need a way to remove the buffs at the start. So our 2 ways to do that is Martha and Medea. So Martha will die quite quickly, unfortunately. But she does have debuff clear as well. Almost nothing else that I think Medea is better in the front. I think Medea is better in the front. That sucks. That's a real wedge in my plans here. Sure. I'll leave it to your. The debuff clear would be good too, but she probably won't need it as much. But whatever you want to go with. Okay, so this would be Medea NPs on turn 1. When the boss NPs, I would almost want Medea to die at that point. Because Cersei's gonna have trouble with the second health bar without Chen. The thing is, Hans is gonna have trouble living without Chen. That's the thing. And we'll all have trouble living if we don't have Hans. I tell you, not the lack of buff removal is pretty awkward here. Because like this, Hans is probably going to die. Now, Cersei can face tank the NP pretty well because she's not a 2-star, so her health is higher than Hans's by a pretty sizable chunk. This is where I wish Medea had like an attack down or something like that. This is also where I wish I had a VC Braun. A VC Braun is so good here. Yeah, Medea and Cersei in the same team. I almost want to go with default because we have so much more debuff clear now. I think that's the right call right there. That means the first person to die is probably going to be Hans. Yeah, I'll refresh in a secondary. In case she needs to live a little bit, I guess I'll do that. In case she shows up a little too soon. I don't know. This is, Cersei is definitely easier to keep alive for the long haul. If she had a hard survival skill, it would really be easier. I don't like not having a cleanup DPS. That's why I almost want to put Medea in the back, because Medea can kinda be a cleanup DPS. I'm like laughing at the sentence I just made. By the way, thematically, I love this team. Like, you know, Beast Bitch Tam versus Han, Cersei, Medea. I love that thematically. Okay, this team is way different. We just want to cast this right away, and totally different kind of setup here. Especially too, because it's an Olympus, so. Her get hit sound. That is nice right there, though. Why is Hans getting no NP gain? Both of his art cards must, like his other two art cards must be in the next hand. Because yeah, I really want Hans to NP next turn. This is not good. Basically, you need an art chain that involves Hans and Cersei in turn 1. We're gonna take too much damage, otherwise, I feel. Damn it. Dude. God, I want someone with crit down on the front. That's why I really like Qin Gong. Although this accounts Qin Gong's first skill is rank 1, so it's not that good. How does Hans not have his NP, dude? Well, it's because it's got this many art cards in the third hand. We literally have a deck of 9 art cards. And then Medea has her guarantee art card on hand 1 because of her, 100% charge. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be going for double Hans NP, but we need the long-term value. But I don't know. I don't feel like she's gonna be better than Ivan here, just because Ivan having buff removal is just so helpful. Like, yeah, his class sucks and he's AoE, so that sucks, but the buff removal is a huge help. I bet you who would be good here is Vinger Ushi. I bet you that would be pretty good here. Can Hans get a fucking art card? He needs 1! Because again, Medea has a guaranteed art card. Oh god. So Ari, we might actually want the Merlin command code on an art card, because I'm actually worried that she won't have her NP by turn 4, even though you would think that wouldn't be a problem, but yeah, this feels like pretty much the exact same hand where she has 2 art cards. Oh, we do have the Merlin one, don't we? Yeah, you just haven't gotten it yet. Yeah. Excuse me, it's just RNG. So this is better, but it's not that much better because now Cersei doesn't get anything. You need Cersei and Hans to be in the same art chain, which I really do not think is asking for too much, considering what our deck is. This is still better than last time, though. That's bad. Okay, Cersei will get her NP in time, but god, that was close. I wish Medea could have NP'd again, because then she could overcharge Hans's, which that would be excellent. They can't face tank the NP. They're not even close. Like they're not even close. Yeah, this just doesn't work at all. It's because without Asclepius, it's just not enough healing to be at full health. If I could stun her this turn, I think it could work. If I had some kind of like ways to stun her, but yeah, this ain't gonna work at all. I can try having Han's NP like right off at the start instead of what I'm doing, and see if that lets him stabilize and get to at full health. The thing is, I don't think Hans can even live at full health unless you do something else. You need something else to keep him alive. Now imagine, like I was just saying, if there was a way to stun the boss, this would be fine. Imagine if we could pig it, right? Like imagine that. You know what's stupid? This is why I dislike so much that she can't turn bosses into pigs. It's stupid. Enkidu gets to stun all the time, and then Scath really gets to stun all the time, and they're better than Cersei anyway, right? Like, why can she never have her moment? Like, I don't get it. Like, I literally don't get it, right? Like, you know, Enkidu is good against anything, and then he's unbelievably good against anything that has divinity, right? But then when Caster is good, Cersei doesn't get to be special at all. Because it's like, it doesn't make sense to me that she doesn't get to stun. Like, I really don't get it. Like, if she could stun reliably, Cersei still would be kind of meh. She would be good. Like, yeah, that's really nice, but she would still be pretty meh. Yeah, I just do not understand why the pig thing doesn't work on more stuff. Like, yeah, I get why it doesn't work on, you know, like Odysseus and stuff, like, fine. But, like, the just insane amount of things it doesn't work on, I'm just like, it's so unbalanced. That's annoying. But yeah, I think Ivan is quite a bit better here. Like, Ivan is not bad here. He's really good. He's just not, like, amazing. He's not like a complete carry, right? Fuck. He'll probably break with the extra. Yeah. Let's get the crit there. Pushing it a bit hard. See, I tell you though, if you could somehow stabilize here, it would be good, because then she could I think instantly break the next health bar, just boom, like already break it. But I think on such a budget account, I don't really see a way for like that turn to not just go terribly. At least she lived. She could have so easily died there, dude. We're actually not completely out of it yet because we got a bit lucky there. But we got very little out of our units. Maybe I shouldn't have used Asclepius' skill there, because we're gonna stun the boss, so... Yeah, I know. That's why I was thinking we should play Hans differently and just battery at the start and MP immediately, because then another unit might live, because they probably go at it at full health. Okay, I actually think Cersei might be able to do this. I'm seeing... She's so much faster that we might... I don't know, though. No, I don't know. Because again, this setup doesn't have a cleanup unit, and... Because we have to bring someone else to deal with the debuffs at the end. And so yeah, I think she's gonna run out of gas. We'll see. We're not completely out of hope here. Yeah, you get another art card at the start. Yeah, you have 2 guaranteed art cards at the start. So our deck is 9 art cards and 2 art NPs on turn 1. So 11. 11 art cards and a deck of 15. And 2 of them are bonus, obviously, so they're making it kind of like a 17 in a way, but like 15 plus an extra 2 that don't count. Okay, now that is a hand I can get behind. Cause see, Cersei, if she did pig here, would be a very like good carry for this fight. She would not be as busted as Enkidu and stuff like that, but she'd still be really good, right? And that would be nice, cause she'd be able to be a carry and not need, you know, Black Grail and all that stuff for her. She might be able to do this, but we'll see. Yeah, I need to wait to do the debuff clear, I think. Unless, wait, did she just, I think she already cast the big one, and Asclepius made us immune to it. Did I remove the dot? I think no. She might not break here. We still have attack up. It's gonna be close. I'm really wanting to save the other big attack up for the last health bar. We need someone to die though, so Martha shows up. Fuck, I forgot about that. I think Asclepius is kind of off then. Or actually even Qin Gong. Qin Gong is the one we didn't really need. Because we could have, if we had to get more damage, we could use the attack up then. Because yeah, we kind of need, that's a problem. That we have a buff clear, but they're in the back. And it's going to be very difficult for me to pick who dies. Her next NP, I can let someone die, and we just evade Cersei. You know, yeah, we should restructure that. If we had switched Asclepius and Qin's locations, that would actually work. And you just go for Qin's NP, and you Qin Asclepius, and then you bring in Martha. Because right now, Qin would yeet Cersei, which is like the worst thing ever. But for real, that would be actually very helpful if I could Qin Gong Asclepius. So yeah, our unit placement is all. Seriously, I could Qin Gong NP right now. That would be so good. Okay, Cersei is probably gonna die though. That's not good. One turn on the heel. And I can't evade yet. Shit. I can remove the dot. She needs to live one more turn. If she can live one more turn, we're in good shape. It might look weird, but I'm trying to break as soon as possible. Okay, she can remove the dot at least. They're not gonna break, no way. Not even close. Is that enough health for her to live again? Oh god, the boss is gonna heal if we don't break right now. Fuck. Yeah, switching Qin Gong is gonna help so much because he'd give us the damage to break and then we could get Martha out when we wanted. This is so close to working, but the heal is gonna like ruin everything. If we crit here, maybe we break. We have no Buster card at the start though. Like if Qin or... Woo! We might actually win now. We'll see. Never mind, it does that again. And if I knew that, I would have just cast Evade. Dude, I hate that. Because we would have won if I just knew that the boss did that. I would have put Evade on Cersei, so she would have lived. And then Martha shows up, clicks button, removes all of the buffs, right? And then Cersei had her NP. I could heal Cersei again with this. And then we give Cersei the attack. I literally would have won if I had just cast Evade on Cersei. We just, boom, would have killed this health bar. That we would have won right there. But, you know, LOL, the boss quick charges again. That's so dumb. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this up a bit. That's fun, Arjuna. I haven't seen that stage yet. People keep telling me though it's a good one. Okay. Is there something better I can do for Medea? I don't think so, unfortunately. I wonder if there's a way she could make it to the break bar and still have the Joan of Arc mirror CE up, because then the defense down she tries to apply would fail. Because the defense down is why that NP hit so hard. You know what the other setup? I should try to time Asclepius's NP to block it. I don't know why I never thought of that. Although without the heal, it'd be kind of an issue, but... Alright, these minor adjustments, though, will definitely make the team better. But I don't know if it's going to make it better enough to make it that much more consistent. I fell asleep. Can Cersei actually stun a boss? Yeah, of course not. I kind of want to wait one turn for Hans to NP though. This hand is so bad. I just Cersei's not in for a good time right now. Oh my god, why couldn't Cersei get a art card? Yep, I don't even... I mean, it doesn't matter. The attack buff would wear off by the time she NPs anyway, but... It's actually bad, though, because of that, I actually am not sure she'll break the first health bar like she did before, because she was pushing it before. What is happening? What is happening? How is this a hand? I don't know. That means the last hand is like just... It is Cersei, right? Cersei is just the third hand, right? She's not even a unit anymore. She's just a deck of cards now. What the fuck? What do you even say about this? So I think the third hand is 4 Cersei cards. I think it's definitely all 3 of her art cards. I have Limbo on my old account. I do not have it on my main now. Yep, that's okay, game. That's great. That's just great. I think this account has the heal command code. I should give it to Hans. So okay, we need Hans to NP later because he needs his defense up must be around for the break bar part. So he can't NP quite as soon as I'm doing it. That's why I don't like using his battery on turn 1. It just doesn't make sense. I almost want to evade Hans here, but I don't think that's right. Well, she'll break, but the issue is this is literally no different than last time. Actually, I think it's slightly worse because last time I think we had like buffs lingering one more turn or something. So that we're slightly, somehow we're actually slightly more worse off than we were before. I wonder if it's better than to use Martha at the start instead of Medea. Because Martha will help Han stabilize a little bit more, and then Medea is better at the end because she's the right class. I'm not sure. Jesus, dude. Yeah, we need Han's defense buff for that turn. Because yeah, I mean, it not only does it apply to the NP, but it'll help Cersei not die. I tell you what, if we had gotten a good hand here, if she could get her NP here, I wouldn't use my first skill, but she didn't, so. Okay, I don't need to remove the debuffs yet. So Chin needs his NP. Oh, I need to change Chin's CE then. Chin needs starting NP. She wants to be as powerful as Amaterasu, but not actually be Amaterasu. Basically, she doesn't want to like rejoin the other Tams and all that kind of stuff. She wants the power, but not literally nothing else about the situation. Okay, we didn't break there. That's not good, because now she might actually die. Because I didn't cast my defensives and stuff because I thought we would get the stun and the heal. We didn't break. Okay, we need more value out of Hans, basically. It is a goal doomed to fail, but she has plot armor on her side, right? The plot wants, you know, maybe the plot wants it to fail and have her become Amaterasu instead, but you know, a lot of contrived. I mean, there's already been so much contrived nonsense just miraculously lining up for her throughout the different Lostbelts. So, I mean, she has so much plot armor. Whatever objective, they've either decided she's going to turn into some crazy fucked up thing, or she's going to turn into Amaterasu, one or the other. And it's just going to happen, right? And like, it doesn't matter how much contrived bullshit has to happen to make it happen. It is going to happen. So the bad thing about Martha is Martha could die before even the NP turn. Okay, if only Martha dies to the NP, what would you want to, who would you want to come in? Chen or Asclepius? Probably Chen. I'm not even, where, this is getting confusing if I do it this way. Yeah, it's for the defensive and the buster up. The problem is, it's harder than, I almost want to do this, because I feel like Hans is then going to die about the time that we need that. I don't know. And what the hell? I don't know what to do with Hans anymore. I almost want to give Hans K-Scope. Like, I really want Hans to double NP. I mean, there's so many other bosses before Zeus, so we would not be. I mean, for real, if I wanted to power game this and I trivialized every boss, I could have already beat Lostbelt 5-2. I could beat, on this account, this garbage account, I could beat 5-2 in like a couple of hours, right? You skip all cutscenes, you always summon, you know, I know this game. I know a servant that trivializes every single boss in this place. Like, I could have this place over with in no time, but then it wouldn't be very fun, and we wouldn't have to use our brain, and then we'd never get to do it again, so fuck that. I don't know what to do with Hans. If Hans could just get a fucking art chain on hand 1 with Cersei, then I would just go for the double NP. This sucks that I can't, like, Hans can get his NP turn 1 from normal cards pretty easy, right? With this kind of setup, because there's so many art cards. Game. Why couldn't we have, like, just any of that on the other hands? I really wish we had Hans' NP right now, though. Not having the defense up for this turn kind of sucks. Might get us a bit lower than we want to get. I should use Martha's first skill there, just to try to... I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but the debuff resistance could be handy. Oh my god, I don't think Cersei's gonna have her NP in time. It's gonna be really close. With this many art cards, we'll see. She might get it from being attacked. I don't think she's gonna get it from attacking right here. But she might get it from the boss hitting her. Oh, that's right. We still had Hans' third skill. Never mind. I forgot about that. Wow, I should have saved Cersei's third skill. The boss just dotted the hell out of us. I just cannot get value out of Hans, man. It's just not working. Like, he's just always gonna die. Unless I could give him a very different CE, that might be what I have to do. Like, the one way to keep him alive is if you have another support, but... We might not even break. Yeah, the thing is, if I put him in the back, I just don't know if we're gonna make it to the NP with enough health to survive. I might try to work in David or something, because I gotta save the evade for the next NP, because we're not going so fast that there's not gonna be a next NP. And I just cannot keep Hans alive there, though. That sucks. We have so many dots on us. Okay, I don't want to waste his battery, but Jesus, not only do we have all these dots, but we have the dot multiplier on us. I gotta use it. I hate doing that, but it's just, that's so much damage right there. Can she break? she had gotten her Buster card, I would say probably that we might be pushing it here though. See, the thing is, a really good unit though, you don't need as much luck because they have so much value. If like the deck is bad, you don't care. But that's like the whole thing. Okay, she broke. That's good. I probably could have gotten away with not using Asclepius' skill, because if Asclepius used his skill right now, she'd have 73% battery, and then 83 because of Qin Gong. Okay, we can kill Asclepius at any time. That's super helpful. We don't want to do that yet, though. Never mind, I totally never doubted her. I know the feeling. That was close though. I'm hoping she gets her NP here. Hit me! Hit me! No! Hit! Attack! Use violence! Fuck! Fuck! Look at all that, dude. We could NP right now and then work so much towards our next one because we got the fucking Merlin. I guess I don't think we click our card because we don't want to put the Merlin thing on cooldown. If the boss would have just attacked twice, we would have gotten our NP there. I almost want to wait to NP because we have time with the charge. I almost want to wait and get Asclepius' NP. Like if Asclepius NPs one more time, that would be super good. And I've got... Let me think. Crit down's always meta as fuck. Just our Qin's is weaker than it normally would be. I think I'm gonna wait. I've only got the attack buff though for one more turn. I'm not sure she'll break. I don't know how big that attack buff is. If it's a really big attack buff, I should go now. The problem is, I don't know if I should cast Evade or not because I don't know if we're gonna break here. I could do Qin Gong's NP as well though, and then we probably will break. Because we're overcharging Qin here. And Qin also has the attack buff. Fuck, that didn't do nearly as much as I was thinking. Did we low roll? What the fuck? That did so little. Fuck, we lose now, I think. Yeah, and she even healed. That's bullshit. She heals off Qin killing them. I gotta remember that. Okay, well, we misplayed. Good to have the science there, though. Yeah, it's because the heal is technically a debuff on them, but lore-wise that makes no sense. I don't think they were thinking of Qin Gong when they were doing that gimmick. What can I do to help shore this up? We probably don't need Qin Gong to yeet Asclepius, because he'll probably die to the NP. I'm not sure there's anything else I can give Qin Gong that would really help, though.
I mean, Qingong and Ping is still not bad. If Asclepius is gonna die anyway, you might as well have Qingong kill him, because if you break the health bar with Qingong's NP, or it's already broken, she won't heal. It'll heal nothing. So, it's not bad if Qingong NPs, and it does give you a little bit extra damage in there. But we don't have to have it, necessarily. So if there's something else we feel is more helpful, like, you know, 20-30 if you get a random crit to speed things up. If I had another demonic, I would do that because even more damage. I might just give him something that'll boost his damage, like this. That makes sense. That doesn't give him health though, that gives him attack. Oh, hold on, I should give him... If I've got attack foes, I should do it. We use Qingong enough that it's something I should have done anyway. It's true, there's the Holy Knight, yeah, the King one or whatever. I don't think we have it. But you know what, Ari? That Hans is always so close to making it, especially in that Asclepius setup with Ivan. That really could help if I had slapped that on some units in the back. That really could have stirred some things up there. But we're kind of committed to this setup, so we'll stick with it for now. Apparently, I haven't given him health foes, for God's sakes. With the way NP multipliers work, this actually adds quite a bit of damage to his NP. Yeah, Tams fucking destroy this. Tams counter her. They get like a special thing. I think every Tam can solo this, actually. I think every single Tam can solo it. I know Berserker Tam can and regular Tam can. I'm 100% sure they can. I'm not sure about Lancer Tam, but she probably can. Nope, don't have it. Feels bad. I do have this one, though, which is nice. I'm sure Lancer Tam could work in a team, but I don't know about a solo. That's kind of nasty. Tams are so strong in this fight, though. Hey, now there's an opening hand. Jesus. I'll take that. You know, if we feel like she can get her NP in time, I shouldn't cast Hans's third skill until right at the end. That way you can maybe linger the effect into the next health bar and stuff. Damn. Maybe I should have put up both Hans's last. If Hans could NP this turn, it would be super, super good. Because then he could potentially NP twice before the boss even does the first NP. I shouldn't have done that. I just messed up. Fuck. That's a mistake. I should have Martha'd because the heal actually helps. Finally get a good opening hand, and then I haven't been messing up much at all. I really haven't been, and that's a tiny mess up, but it can matter. Give me 1 second. I need to get something to eat real quick because I'm crazy hungry. Alright, I'm back. I do think Cersei can do this, but I don't think... I think Ivan could have done it too. See, if we were putting this much effort into Ivan, I think we could have squeezed it out eventually too. I think they're both, you know, they're good for it, but they're not quite as good for it as I would like. Also, to be fair to Ivan, he wasn't level 100, he was level 90. Fuck, Hans didn't get his fucking... Just give him a art card! That's true. She is a 4-star, that's true. I actually forgot about that, to be honest. All golds are the same. It's fine. I hate this. I hate that I'm doing that. Like the value lost right there. Eri, I'm serious. If she was a 5-star, I think they would let her pick more stuff. I'm 100% serious. They are totally okay when they make some bullshit thing for a 5-star and it's kind of broken. They don't care. Like they're like, oh yeah, that'll make people want to roll them anyway. I wonder if I can wait 1 turn to NP on Hans. I want to save the art card because Cersei doesn't have really any NP gain here. It's a shame that Martha gets so countered here because Martha's toolkit is honestly really helpful in this stage. And if you don't have Martha, you use Alex. That's why I tell people to level Alex and Medea for this. So much buff removal, that's handy here. I don't know why I cast that. She's gonna get the heal from Hans. So this works out. I really need Hans to land the defense buff on himself so he doesn't die this turn. But he's got the buff success chance command code right there, so he'll do it. He won't give it to the other units, but...
I'm gonna wait just a little bit to remove that dot because we'll probably get more if we've learned anything from the previous attempts.
メリーバッドエンドだな。
今日もお食べ。君の愛に応えよう。いいと思う。
Now, you want to know who's not gonna work in this fight for like your DPS at all? Even if they're Grail, 2K Fode, attack faux pas, right? Every little thing, Sanson. Not gonna do jack shit here. Not even close. I've tried it. It doesn't work. No, she's critting! Motherfucker! And it still barely killed her. I like how we did everything to min-max her survival that time. And she did have more health than normal that time, but she got fucking crit. Also, we had crit down on the boss. Unfortunately, Cersei's crit down is not very big, so... But, I mean, it still helps. That's where 100 Face is really nice, though, because 100 Face's crit down is 50%. If 100 Face didn't take the bonus damage here, 100 Face could solo this. I got pretty close to soloing it with her back in the day, I remember. And the only reason she couldn't really stabilize was because of the just how much damage she was taking per turn. Yeah, a lot of the room emotes aren't as good now. It sucks. There's a few, some of the new ones are pretty good though. I do like some of the new ones. And I think he's like constantly updating them. He's trying to find like the right fit, so kind of trial and error. I missed the really old Rue Feels that was like really shaded, right? Like heavy shading on it. You felt that. Shame we can't save that defense down for the NP turn. Okay, Hans got a freaking art card. It's probably not going to result in him getting his NP in time, though. I think he would need 2 with the Merlin one. We'll see. Depends on how much the boss attacks. It can only attack twice this turn because it's scripted to do what it just did. Fuck! Yep. I think if it attacked twice, he might have gotten it, but fork. I can at least wait a turn, but it's probably not going to amount to anything. Han's NPing on turn 2 from normal cards and not using his second skill would be so incredible. And then he uses the second skill, and if you get lucky, you might get another one off, but oh well. That's not what I wanted to see. Yeah, the new big head one is good. That's one of those situations, Ari, where it's like getting bigger is obnoxious, right? Because no small user would have to deal with that. People like will target lawsuits with like frivolous crap like that because they think they can make, you know, if it happens to work out, you know, they're going to make a lot of money. Where, you know, if you're a smaller company or streamer or whatever, you know, that's just not going to happen. You know, like, wow, they get $3, you know, they're not going to even bother. Where when you're big like Rue is, people, you know, they're looking for that kind of thing. But yeah, that whole situation seemed pretty lame. 2 dots. That might be enough that we need to remove them. It's nice to save them for when you get the dot boost on you, but I think we just do that now. Because we need her to not die this turn.
メリーバッドエンドだな。
I'm worried about damage here. She only got 1 card. It is a Buster Chain, but... Okay, we're good. Martha even did it. If it just didn't do the defense down, it wouldn't be so bad. It would have been nice if I could use my debuff clear here, though. Thankfully, we have no dots, so if I do break here, it's okay if I don't use Asclepius's thing. Okay, she has a chain. We have attack up. We'll have Buster up. This sucks, though, because, like, how you need to play this changes so much if you do or don't break. Like, not breaking is not even that big of a deal. It's not gonna mess anything up. It's just if I don't break, I need to know that, oh, I should cast Shin Gong's second skill, and, you know, so on and so forth. Okay, thankfully, we hadn't used our heal yet from the Mystic Code, so should be alright if we don't break. Although, God, if she evades... Oh, Lord, if she evades, that's, That would not be good. If she just pigged the boss, this wouldn't even be hard, man. We would be destroying this. Like, we would be fucking murdering it. But, nope, can't pig nothing. Okay, I think she's got it. Extra, come on, Extra. You got the attack up and the defense down. Fuck! You! God damn it! Really? Don't evade! Don't you fucking evade! Okay, didn't evade. Look at that 1 health! God! Asclepius coming in with the value right there, though. Although she wouldn't even been able to cast that if we had broke, because she would have been stunned. Do I Art Chain? It's not a good time for Asclepius's NP, but... I mean, Cersei's NP gain is so bad. I feel like when you see an Art Chain... that's my phone, thank you. When you see an Art Chain, you generally want to take it. If that was the... I tell you, if that was the... what do you... The Merlin one, I think we could pass on it. I think we gotta do it. Yeah, at least we can overkill. If she didn't evade, so it actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad if she didn't evade. It's not good, but it's not that big of a deal. It would have been a huge deal though if the boss had evaded. Then we would be in all kinds of trouble. I think we might just NP right now. We will not break, but then we just build towards another one, and we try to get another one for the final health bar. Is that crazy? That might be crazy. She's got the Merlin one. I think we do it. Oh, thank you for the 115 bits, excuse me. Fiji-san? I think that's how you say that? Or Fiji-san? I don't... Fij-san? I don't... whatever. It's names. You know the drill. Anyone that's here for more than a week knows what's up. Okay, no, we should have just waited. We should have just waited, I think. That's such an awkward amount of health that this health bar has left now. I think we're looking for a chin. I don't know. What do we do now? This is fucked. Because someone's probably gonna die this turn. Fuck, and she's probably not gonna break until next turn because the way the deck shuffles, it's taking her forever to get cards. We have our defense down back, which that helps, but she just didn't get any cards. And Chin's got the defensive damage cut, but it's not even rank 10, so I think he's gonna die here, and then she's gonna get a bunch of health back. Well, maybe Medea's NP will bail us out then, but man, Chin not even getting to use his NP really sucks. It's unfortunate that we just didn't get more Cersei cards sooner, because with her defense down, she probably could have punched through on this turn. Or gotten it low enough the turn before that someone could have done it now. Okay, I'm glad it debuffed because Chin might live now. Woo! Okay, that's a big help. We have to break now though, for God's sakes. Wait. Okay. We do this. I don't want to forget. I would love to sneak in. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Chin will break. So I think we Asclepius NP, because why not? And then we Chin Gong, kill Asclepius. And then we just have like Cersei heal or whatever. Because, I mean, Chin is obviously going to do 15k. And he's even being overcharged by Asclepius. I think this is fine, because she'll get her NP this way. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, she NP's now. And your back row units don't join until after the enemy takes their turn, so that's not a problem. And ideally, the boss doesn't get another turn. Oh fuck, Chin. Okay, no, I was gonna say, I actually want Chin to die, because if he lives, he'll die later and then heal the boss. Okay, Medea about to get some serious value here. I think I'd do this. And she can clear her own debuffs if need be in a second. Yeah, that guts she gets here, I think it's a full health guts. It's either full health or half health. It's really big. Our first skill comes back next turn, so I don't care about NP gain, because she'll get her in. Oh yeah, we got this. The only way we lose is if she evades. And then we can't live long enough to... I guess we do the heal, so I have more health. Either that or I do Buster to try to kill right now. We still have Guts, so I think the heal, that way, like, potentially Guts doesn't go off this turn. Because in case she evades, I want wiggle room. He doesn't have a defense up or anything, right? So it's okay if I do Medea's second. I was really double checking to make sure I wasn't misplaying. She might kill. She's got the Mysticode buff this time and the defense down. Nah. No. Oh, I probably should have, in case she did kill though, I should have done Medea first because, yeah, the guts would have gone off and that would have been really bad. Thankfully we didn't kill. I think she's probably gonna evade though. She's last health bar, that sweet spot on health and everything. No, maybe not. What a dummy. What a dummy. She has evade and she normally does it when she's low. Thankfully, if she had evaded, we would have won. She didn't pop guts there, so at best, she would have popped guts on this turn, and then we would have won next turn with our NP again. Boy, our first skill came back just in time there. Oh yeah, and our heal came back. Yeah, we would have totally been fine if she had evaded there. Because not only did our heal come back, and we still have guts, we actually heal again at the end of the turn because of Asclepius' NP. I gotta say, that was really fun. I'm glad we did it with her just because it took, I mean, anyone that was paying attention, you could see how we were twinking the gameplay as we went to figure it out. And I'm really happy with this clear because it wasn't like, oh, we got lucky this time so we won. It wasn't at all. It was, we figured it the fuck out this time and I didn't click the wrong button like a dumbass and then we win. So yeah, that was honestly very fun gameplay. I actually think that would have been video worthy because like, that's pretty engaging gameplay with like timing the debuff clears and kind of figuring out where we wanted our supports in the back and everything. That was quite awesome. And it's funny, you don't really see it, but Martha and Medea are helping so much, right? It's like if you don't know the fight, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, they kind of just did whatever, but like they were huge here. Like the buffs that they removed are, they make the fight so much harder. And then Martha also helped stabilize the team a little bit with the healing, and she removed debuffs as well and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, if you don't have Martha, you do Alex Medea, pretty much. However, if you're actually worried about the fight, you just summon Enkidu and then none of this matters. That's like the whole thing. It's like if you don't level, you don't have Medea, you don't have Martha, you don't have Alex, you just summon Enkidu, and then you kind of just laugh at it. Nah, I don't want to reset and whatnot, but that is video worthy. That definitely was video worthy. Although, Jesus, I just realized I've been streaming for 4 hours, so I'm gonna have to wrap up soon anyway. So actually, I probably should have made a video out of that, but oh well, maybe story replay will happen at some point. Yeah, I think Edmund was right there. That was the glowy eyes, I think. I think it's him. I can't quite remember if he shows up there or not. I mean, it was actually like an hour and a half to 2 hours into the stream by the time we got to that fight, but it was like an hour and a half, I think. Literally would have beat that fight in one try with Enkidu, though. He's that broken for it. I think the twins are next. I think we'll fight the twins and then we'll move on, or unless we want to save them for the next stream. Let me think. If this next stage is not them, we'll probably do like one more stage just to get closer to it, so we can kind of start the next stream with a good fight. I know it seems like such a pipe dream, but I really do think story replay is going to be added someday. It's just a matter of how long it takes them to do it. Like, I've always felt that way. I've never felt like it's never getting added. I've just always felt like it's going to take them so long to add it, it'll be almost like too late, right? Yeah, that's a good point, Ari. That way I don't feel like, because if it's at the end of the stream, I'm going to probably bring stronger units and just make sure I murder it, and that's not going to be as fun, so... Yeah, I should probably save it for the next one. But I'll see if the next stage is like, you know, mobs or whatever. Ah, yes, there's Aphrodite. Yeah, I knew there was a bigger gap between Demeter and Aphrodite. I just couldn't, I forgot about Tam Beastie. But yeah, it's Tam Beastie and the twins again. And then I think it's Aphrodite. And then there's, I don't even remember what, there's a bit of stuff. And then it's your boy Zeus. Which that's gonna be the hard one. That's gonna be tough for this account. It's, thankfully though, we're gonna be willing to go like ham on it. Like, we're not gonna hold back in the slightest. Because I can't summon anything, right? I can't summon Enkidu or some bullshit, you know, Jolter, because Jolter's really good there. Avengers in general are good there. So, okay, no, that's the twins. But yeah, I won't have any Avengers. I'll have no Avengers for that fight, so I'm not gonna hold back at all because no support system. So we'll go ham. But that fight's actually really hard, so it's okay to go ham, especially because you don't have the support system. So Nope, I can't, because I can't summon Lobo, because, you have to summon Romulus. You have to summon Romulus. It's sad, though, because he would be good there. He wouldn't be amazing, because no hard survival, but he could still remove buffs and all that kind of stuff. I do have Antonio, but I know this for a fact, because I've done it. Ku is better than Antonio there. Like, just Ku. Just regular Ku is better than Antonio there. I only used Antonio because he was good enough, and I didn't want to use Ku if I could help it. And I had a 70 Ku, but his skill ranks were kind of all over the place, and I was like, I don't want a video with, you know, a 6.56 Ku or whatever the fuck. I don't remember what it was, but so I just went with Antonio anyway. And I actually thought in advance that it'd be cool to like, just you know, thematically, I thought I liked Antonio there, so I was fine with using him. So I saw that like I can almost beat this with any cleanup unit, so I don't need to use something better. But yeah, this account, I don't think under any circumstance would use Antonio unless it somehow needed Ku and Antonio, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm not really sure what this account's going to do, to be honest. It has almost every unit that I used, but their skill ranks aren't as high, and I don't have 500-year obsession. So I'm not quite sure how we're gonna, because dude, that fight is so much harder if you don't NP seal at the end. It is so much harder. So I might like try to put Asclepius farther back or something, so Asclepius can NP seal on that turn. I'm not sure. We'll see. But 500-year obsession is such a big help in that fight because it's a multi-turn NP seal. I guess we could always use Caligula, but he's not leveled up. But we might have to do something like that. We'll see. Herc will buy us a lot of wiggle room that we might have to just weather him healing his up and bottom thingies back, or it buys us enough wiggle room to bring a unit like Caligula that will barely help outside of just the NP. So we'll just have to see. It's gonna be tough. It is not gonna be easy for this account. But all right, boys, thank you for hanging out. I really enjoyed that burb setup. That was very satisfying. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm glad we at least have the VOD channel for that, but yeah, that was definitely video worthy. I tell you what, that'll be one of the many things that I do if the ad story replay. I'll do it on the main account so the budget units have like better skill ranks and stuff, but I would do a pretty similar setup. I could probably make it a bit better though, but yeah, definitely. All right, lads. Let's raid somebody real quick. You know, I didn't even talk about the Valentine's Day event coming up, but honestly, they didn't really say anything. From what I understand, I didn't watch the stream because it's not worth it, but they basically were just like, yeah, here's the new 5-star, and that was it. So there's not that much information. I think, I may be understanding this wrong, I think you get like 2 chocolate things, one to give to a female and one to give to a male, that makes them like have an event bonus. You basically make them an event servant for the event. It'll give them a bond bonus and a damage bonus. So that's kind of interesting. So if like the challenge quest is really spicy, I guess you could pick a specific person to give it to. And I wonder if like in Kidu, if you can give them both. So he gets double bond and double damage. That would be hilarious. I think is an endless wave thing that could be interesting. Yeah, I want to just give it to Ku because Ku bond and everything, but because of the kind of content I make, I should probably give it to somebody that makes sense for whatever challenge there is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll wait for the event to actually hit. If the challenge quest is an endless wave thing, that's not really good for the kind of. That kind of sucks because there's no way to make the kind of content that I want that anyone's going to care about. And people are only going to care about like the high score. Where if you're using budget units, you're obviously not going to be like in the running for that kind of thing. So that's going to be kind of lame. I would prefer an endless mode to be like a side mode and not a challenge quest. I prefer a challenge quest to just be do this to win, right? And then can you meet that goal, right? I kind of prefer that. It's a daily thing, that's better. If it's just a daily thing, that's way better. Because yeah, it's rare that they tell people what the challenge quest is in advance. If that's just part of the event, that's fine. That could be fun actually. Yeah, if it's not the challenge quest, that's no problem. Because yeah, I hate when challenge quests are some weird gimmicky thing that aren't like, you know, like your typical, you know, here's the threshold you need to meet, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, boys, let's rate somebody. Let's see, who's playing FGO? Any chance Cairo is streaming?
He is not. We will raid. We'll raid Toho. I haven't raided him in forever. He's probably playing NA, I would think. Normally is. I'm so out of touch with NA these days. I haven't touched it in forever. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. I will probably be streaming tomorrow. More Lostbelt stuff. Man, we're already kind of far into this. Like, we still got a good chunk left. I think we're about halfway now, I guess. So it only lasts so long. Anyway, later. Wait a minute. I kind of need to do a Genshin bonus stream, but I guess I'll do that tomorrow. I kind of forgot. I keep not doing the main story in Genshin. Anyway, I'm out of here.